Hot laps underway here at Heart of Texas Speedway for the Baby Blue Harcrow Memorial tonight for the IMCA stock cars. We welcome you in as you check in on Race On Texas All Access. Factory stocks are here tonight as well as the Outlaw Street stocks. All of that happening this evening right here at historic Heart of Texas Speedway. Glad you're checking in with us, whether you're on property or in the leisurely comforts of your home.
The vampires walking through the valley, move west down Ventura Boulevard.
Rolling your hot laps for some Saturday Night Fever right here tonight at Heart of Texas Speedway. IMCA stock cars, factory stocks, outlaw street stocks on the bill here this evening.
Name in the sky, gonna free fall out into nothing, gonna leave this world for a while. I'm free falling, I'm free falling, I'm free falling, I'm free falling, yeah, I'm free falling, I'm free falling.
The way it was first heard, this is vinyl classic rock on iHeartRadio.
The free iHeart.
Oh, life is bigger. It's bigger than you, and you are not me. The lengths that I will go to, the distance in your eyes. Oh no, I've said too much. I set it up. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion.
Top 8 cars from Friday night's show are locked in to the Baby Blue Harcrow Memorial tonight for the stock cars. Jeffrey Abbey, Jason Batt, G.W. Everett, Dustin Mooney, David Gould Jr., Thomas Hall Jr., Weston Abbey, and Blake Clark. And they are locked in, and they will be a part of the redraw coming up at intermission. So those top 8 racers are in the show, And we'll fill out the rest of the field here this evening.
I think I thought I saw you try. Every whisper, every waking hour, I'm choosing my confessions, trying to keep an eye on you like a hurt, lost and blind. Oh, oh, oh no, I said too much. I set it up. Consider this, hint of the century. Consider this.
Full night of action coming up, race fans. Opening ceremonies coming up momentarily right here tonight. Saturday Night Fever at Heart of Texas Speedway. Should be a great show. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for being early. Open up the gates 6 o'clock, man. We had a line outside.
Saturday night at Heart of Texas Speedway. We don't say that very often, Rodney. Red Dodge Caravan. Down a little bit. Red Dodge Caravan MPG 8264. Your lights are on.
Woo, better turn those off, otherwise it's going to be a long night.
Or Rodney and I will jump you off for $29.95.
Exactly.
After the races, we'll jump you off. So
Jumped him off.
Red Dodge Caravan, Grand Caravan. Your lights are on. So
Might want to shut those off.
be sure to go out there and turn that off.
You'd make a full 3-day weekend of it here at Heart of Texas Speedway.
Be here all weekend long. We'll
Absolutely.
get good towing to tow you home.
Best seat in the house tomorrow. Ain't nobody else going to be
Nobody
here.
come here. You can pick it wherever you want.
Do whatever you
be in
want.
your way.
And you can't go drive on the track because your stuff is dead.
Yeah, that's right.
Said too much. I haven't said enough. I thought that I heard you laughing. I thought that I heard you sing. I think I thought I saw you try. But that was just a dream. Try, cry, lie, try. That was just a dream.
Champ Race Fuels. You see those baby blue fuel jugs down there? That's thanks to Keith White, Champ Race Fuels. If you're a regular weekly customer of Champ Race Fuels, if you win the feature race, you get that fuel jug along with it will be full of fuel. If you're not a customer of theirs, and you just get the jugs. There's nothing in it.
Yeah, that's right. No gas.
No gas.
Sorry.
We're gonna put water in it.
That's extra.
Getting vinyl
So.
classic
All right,
rock
Rodney, you ready to
stations
go?
from iHeartRadio.
Let's do it, man. Let's
All
rock
right,
and roll, Joe.
All right, let's. I'm out of sync. I'm out of. It's Saturday night. I
All
don't know what
thrown
to
off.
do.
I'm totally all thrown off. All right, let's rock and roll, everybody. Welcome to Heart of Texas Speedway for not Friday Night Lights.
No, not Friday.
Saturday Night Fever. It is the Baby Blue Heart Crow Memorial right here tonight at Heart of Texas Speedway. Thank you all for being here, and thank you all for checking in on Race On Texas All Access. We've got $5,000 on the line tonight for the IMCA stock cars. Also on the card, you've got your factory stocks and your Outlaw Street stocks. Couple of housekeeping notes, as we always do, race fans. Please, 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 at the end of the night, if you rented one of those chair backs, if you would return that to the spot where you rented it from, over at that trailer, if you would return that at the end of the race night, that would be very helpful for our folks. Also, any debris, any trash, whatever it is, if you can become friends with your nearest trash receptacle and get that in the can for us, we would appreciate that as well. And also, please refrain, or don't do this. Don't go down and hang along that gray fence right there along the front side. When cars are racing on the track under green flag, please do not stand along that fence line. That could be disastrous. That could be really, really bad. Hey, guys, it's 4th of July weekend. 3-day weekend, whatever. It's that people are excited because they get a day off from work, but it's a lot more than that. And as we always do at Heart of Texas Speedway, we invite our active military, our military, retired military, veterans. Please rise so we can honor each and every one of you, because you, my friends, are the true heroes, loud and proud right there. Also, if you're one of the frontline workers right now, there's a lot going on in this country. There's a lot of things that we're all working through. If you're a frontline worker, and when I mean frontline, I'm talking about retail. I'm talking about if you were doing something each and every day where you were serving people, please, please, please stand up as well. We want to acknowledge you all. Big round of applause for our hardworking folks. All right, friends. It's showtime, but before we do that, we are heading over to our track chaplain. It is Pastor Jim Fielding, and Jim will lead us in our opening prayer and invocation, and we will follow that with the national anthem. Our flag is right out in the infield if it's your first time here at Hot Speedway, and that will be presented by Miss Sarah Spillman. Jim?
Thank you, Rodney. Let's pray. Father, Lord, we just come to you and ask you and thank you and praise you for your watch care and your safety. Lord, I lift up our drivers to you and ask you to take care of them, Lord. Keep them safe and healthy and free from harm and injury. Lord, thank you for all these fans, and I ask for watch care and safety over them and health and prosperity. Lord, thank you for our veterans, the ones that fought for our freedoms, and the men and women that are currently protecting those freedoms. I ask a special blessing on each one and safety for them. Lord, thank you for loving us. Thank you for your son that died on the cross for us. And all this will praise and glorify you. First in his holy name we pray. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Excellent, and of course, on the birthday of our nation, we celebrate with the 4th of July, and it is the Baby Blue Harcrow Memorial happening tonight. You thought last night was great, which it was. I checked in on on what's it called? On
Race on Texas.
All Access. I checked in on All Access, and man, that was some great stuff. It's time to go racing. He's Joe Spillman. I'm Rodney Rodriguez. We are the Chico and the Man of Texas dirt track racing as we get them rolling out onto the racetrack for stock car action to get us fired up.
Am I Chico or are you Chico? I don't know how that works,
I'm
buddy.
Chico.
Oh, you're Chico. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess if your last name is Rodriguez, you have to be Chico. I got to be Chico,
right? Man.
So that's how it works. All right, your IMCA stock car heat 1 out on the racetrack. I'm working on getting our lineups up. I'm discombobulated a little bit.
I got it.
Go ahead.
All right, here we go. Row number 1 inside. P74, Ryan Powers on the outside. Mark Douglas, car 73. Inside of row number 2, Garrett Higgins, Justin Wyringa on the outside. Tim Clonch, row 3 on the inside. Trevor Egbert on the outside, shotgun on the field. It'll be Bryce Burton. Here we go. We are ready to go. IMCA stock cars. Heat race number 1, the Baby Blue Harcrow Memorial. Green flag in the air from David Sisk. Off they go into turn number 1. They'll wheel it down 3 wide, down into the corner, way down at the bottom of the racetrack. Look at Higgins trying to get the drive. Wyringa goes around at turn number 1, and that car rolls to a stop, sitting right in the middle of the racetrack. He does get it rolling. We go back up to the front of the pack. Here they come out of turn number 4, Joe. It is the P74 of Ryan Powers on the point.
Ryan Powers from Kennedale Speedway out on the front, leading them down the back straightaway, and the 37 of Higgins, followed by the 18 of Clonch, and then the 17 of Bryce Burden on the inside, but it's going to be the Ryan Powers show right now. Top 3 will redraw for the A qualifier tonight. Everybody else will start behind there. Once we get through the heat races, we will have an A qualifier, 2 A qualifiers. Take the top 8 from the A qualifiers. The first A qualifier will do the inside row, and then the second A qualifier will be the outside row, and that will start from place 9 through 24 for the $5,000 to win. But at this point, it's going to be halfway down, halfway to go, and it's a P74 of Ryan Powers, followed by 37 of Higgins and 18 of Tim Clunch.
It is a reset from Friday night, other than those top 8 cars that are already into the show. But you got a 3-car breakaway right now as you got Powers, Higgins, and Clunch. They race out of turn number 4, way up at the top of the racetrack. Interesting racetrack right now. Everybody gravitating to the top. As I say that, here's Higgins going down to the bottom, and they'll go wheel to wheel down the back straightaway, side by side, while Ringo runs right in front of them. Here is Powers trying to hang on. Higgins down on the bottom side of the racetrack. 2 to go this time by Joe, and now Higgins fades back just a little bit right there.
Talked to Higgins in the pits just a little bit earlier today, and he seemed to have been a brand new car and trying to figure it out a little bit, so he's just adjusting on it and trying to tweak it and try to get all the power and speed out of that race car that he can. You can tell he's still, struggling just a little bit in that 37 machine. So it's still going to be Ryan Powers, followed by now Tim Clunch going to work on the inside of Higgins. 2 wide as a door-to-door checkered flag. Powers, Higgins, Clunch. 17 of Burden will be rounding out your top 4. Trevor Egbert got tangled up there early on and had to come back. So heat race number 2 rolling out on the racetrack right now. Once again, the top 3 will redraw. That will line up the A qualifier from that. The first A qualifier will line up the inside row, and the second A will be this outside row. That's starting from the 4th row on back. Heat race number 2 rolling out on the track now. The 165 of Eric Miles on the pole, and the outside of 03. That's the thrill show, Dylan Smith. Inside row number 2, the C3 of Chris Birmingham, and the outside of 489 of Anthony Otkin. Shotgun on the field, the 28J of Justin Neighbors, and the 5H of Lance Hansen. Hansen had a fast hot rod last night, just a little bad luck. He got caught up in some bad stuff. See if the 5H machine can work his way back up to the front. No passing points tonight. It's strictly on how you finish. Got to get to the front quick. Here we go.
6 cars, 8 laps. We are off and rolling. Here come the stock cars. Heat race number 2. In the first turn they go. It's Smith up on the top side trying to get the drive off of there. He'll drive it off the hill and take the field down the back straightaway, leading by 2.5 car lengths over the 165 of Eric Miles. Otkin right behind him. Birmingham on the bottom side, but here comes Lance Hansen Jr. as he almost threads the needle right there, but he gets back in line. A little bit of contact there, but the top 2 continue to ride up on the top side. 3 wide out of turn number 2. It is Lance Hansen on the bottom side. Birmingham in the middle. Otkin in the 489 now has the 3rd place position as the leaders wheel hop it out of turn number 4.
Dylan Smith, thrill show, pulling the left front, rolling through 1 and 2. A lot of bite, a lot of side bite in the 03 machine. Going to pull the left front, watch him work through 3 and 4. Still a lot of moisture. Miles going to try to work underneath him, but just too much speed and too much momentum. Dylan Smith, long-time racer, been in a modified forever and ever, and now in the recent years back in a stock car. Good to see the thrill show here tonight, along with Mr. Cosper. Cosper's here as well. He's just watching though. He's not racing, Rodney. Someday he'll finish his race car, but it may not be this century. Who knows?
Back straightaway we go. Those top 2 cars getting away from the pack. Side-by-side battle happening right now for 3rd as you check in on All Access with Race on Texas. Lance Hansen Jr. on the bottom. Anthony Otkin now sails behind him, but the battle now up at the front of the pack once again as the 165 there of Eric Miles taking a peek down on the inside. Continues to be Smith working on the top side. Here's the 165 going back down to the bottom. 2 sticks in the air this time by. 2 more times around, working up on the top shelf. It is Dylan Smith in the 03E trying to hang on. Now Lance Hansen Jr. knocking on that back door as he goes down to the inside of Eric Miles in the 165 at the quarter panel, drives it deep down into the corner, bites it down on the bottom of the racetrack. They're 3 wide out of turn number 4. White flag in the air from David Sisk. One more time around, they fan up into the corner. Side by side is the battle for third. Hansen down on the bottom, the 165 of Eric Miles. They'll go side by side. Here we go. Photo finish coming up. Look at the move by Hansen. Here they come, 3 wide out of turn number 4. Give it to the 03E. 03E of Smith, Miles, and the 5H of Lance Hansen Jr. Man, that's a good start right there.
Good race right there. Dylan Smith did what he needed to do, didn't bobble, didn't make any mistakes, and that puts him in the redraw position. Now heat race number 3 rolling out on the racetrack. 4 heat races tonight. 83, that is Big Mike McCarthy's hero, Darrell Campbell, on the pole. And the outside to 14, that's my buddy Big Joe O'Brien, the Flying O'Brien. Inside row number 2, the 38, Daniel Shipler. And the outside, Jerry Friedrich in the 79. Inside the 27 of Michael Wolford. And the outside, the 97 of Doug Lorenz. Going to get 1 to go at the flag stand as they're going to roll down a pretty slow pace right now. O'Brien, Darrell Campbell, Big Mike. That's your hero on the pole. That's your hero, Darrell Campbell. Destroy your chassis. There's a long story behind that story.
Indeed, a very slow start right here. They're just kind of creeping along there as David Sisk. He's flashing that yellow light at him, but it is the 83 Campbell that's going to set the pace as they move into turn number 3. JOB up on the outside. We are set to go heat race number 3 for the IMCA stock cars. Baby Blue Heart Chrome Memorial tonight for the IMCA stock cars. We are green and going into turn number 1. Campbell will guide the field in. O'Brien settles in. Shipler there in the 38 as he jumps in behind him.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. I watch too much TikTok. That's all there is to it.
I see that.
I got messages last night. It says, Joe, you're not 12. What are you doing? Here we go, Darrell Campbell.
We'll try it again. Into turn number 1, O'Brien. Oh, little contact around. Goes to 14. Up to the top. Little contact there. You see O'Brien sitting right there at the entrance of turn number 1. He's got the hood peeled up on it just a little bit. He'll be off and rolling. So a very bad start here for O'Brien on start number 2. To the back straightaway, or to the front straightaway we go. Up at the front of the pack, it is the 83 of Campbell. Campbell holding on. Here comes Doug Lorenz, followed by the 17 of Friedrich.
Jerry Friedrich in the 17 machine. O'Brien just got into Campbell a little bit, and the track is so slimy, it just kind of threw him around right there. But it's going to be the 83 down the back straightaway of Darrell Campbell, followed by the 97 of Doug Lorenz, and 17 of Friedrich. And then that's going to be the 27 machine of Wolford. Shipler around now. David Sisk keeping an eye on him, see if he can get it going. It doesn't look good. Caution, caution, caution.
Hey, there it goes.
Hey,
look at that.
It's the magic. When the yellow light comes on, the race car goes.
It just
it's weird
fires
how that
right
works.
up, man.
Every dang time. It's weird how that works.
It's like a little shot of adrenaline each and every time. It just like fires right up. And I tell you what, for Shipler, it was tough because he almost got into O'Brien at turn number 1, so he fell back right there. Now he'll go to the pits. So Shipler off the racetrack. We'll get set to go once again as that yellow light continues to be on. Now it's off. We're ready to go. Campbell's going to bring the field around. Now we got a trophy dash. Only one of these is not going to make it.
Well,
here we go. Green
they're all
flag.
going to make it. Only one doesn't get the redraw, though.
Right,
so.
right. The redraw. That's right. Lorenz on the gas as he works up on the top side. Friedrich, here's Wolford going down to the bottom side. In the 27, into turn number 3 they go. You got 2 different lines right here by these 4 cars. It continues to be Campbell holding on in the 83 as they pass the halfway point that time by Lorenz. He'll pull up that left wheel as well. Onto the back straightaway they go. It's 2.5 car lengths between your leader, the 83 of Campbell, and the 97 of Doug Lorenz. No trouble there. Wolford loses the grip, but he's able to gather it back in. So now Friedrich free and clear there in that 3rd spot. Nobody behind him, or not right behind him. But you got about 3 car lengths up at the front of the pack as the 83 car continues to hold on.
Darrell Campbell from Kennedale Speedway races up at KSP on a regular weekly night. Good to see him down here. The builder and the owner of Destroyer Chassis. Good to have Mr. Campbell here in the pits. Looks like we're going to be getting the white flag this time by, and it's going to be Daryl Campbell in the 83, followed by the 97 of Doug Lorenz, the 17 of Jerry Frederick, and the 27 of Wolford will round out the top 4. Top 3 will redraw. That 4th position will start a little deeper in the pack in the A qualifier.
Checkered flag in the air. The 83 wins it. He goes wire to wire here in heat race number 4, or heat race number 3. Daryl Campbell wins it over Doug Lorenz and Jerry Friedrich as they race that one out. Nice job there. 2.5 car lengths at the stripe for the 83 as he wins, and we get set already on the racetrack. On the backstretch, it's IMCA stock car heat race number 4.
Heat race number 4 up on that pole is the 11 of Cameron Cook. Has been very fast all year long. I don't think he has got his first feature win in the stock car. And outside the 20T of Thomas Hall. Inside, my buddy, the 48R, Raymond McSpadden, and the outside the 84 of Zach Terry. Inside, row number 3, the 21E of Alan Essenberg, and the outside, Marcus Harkrow in the 29 machine.
$5,000 on the line tonight for the IMCA stock cars as we race with the Baby Blue Harkrow Memorial here at Heart of Texas Speedway. A very rare Saturday night of action here under the Friday night lights. So we are set to go. Speaking of lights, lights are off around the racetrack. It's time to rock and roll. David Sisk has a green flag in hand, and we are ready. Here's Cameron Cook and Thomas Hall. Green flag in the air. We're racing heat race number 4. On the bottom side, Cameron Cook takes the field into turn number 1. Hall up on the top side. Good drive right there. McSpadden digging on the bottom side. Back straightaway they go. Power move. Thomas Hall hanging on. Here's Cameron Cook coming back at him. And Joe, you said it. That 11 car, Cameron Cook, he has been so good all season. That elusive win has not gotten to him yet. But he leads his field into turn number 1, out of turn number 2, onto the max straightaway, 1 car length into turn number 3.
Still a lot of side bite in the racetrack. You can see the cars pulling the left front. A lot of side bite, digging the right rear end, pulling the left front down the straightaways. But it is the Cameron Cook show right now in the 11 machine.
And a little bit
Cook showing a little bit of smoke right now. Don't usually see that out of the 11 machine, so have to keep an eye on that car and see if he's got maybe an engine with a little smoke. It seems to be getting worse and worse and worse as the laps go by.
Had a little bit of contact there a couple of laps ago between the 48R of McSpadden and the 29 of Harkrow. Harkrow's got the right front corner of that hood flipping up on that car. You see it right there on All Access with Race on Texas, but Cameron Cook continuing to hold the advantage as he leads by about 8 car lengths. He is trailing smoke out of the back of that thing, but it is not hurting the progress of that car at all, Joe, as he continues to check out from the field. Hot spot looks like it's for second. Hall has it, but here comes McSpadden.
McSpadden working a little bit lower down, about a car length width below where Hall is, but Marcus Harkrow knows he needs to get in that top 3 for the redraw. So he's going to do everything he can to get by McSpadden, going to drive it in a little bit deeper into 3 and 4 this time. 2 flags in the air, 2 laps to go this time by, but it's still going to be Cook, Hall, McSpadden, Marcus Harkrow, Essenberg, and Zach Terry will round out the field. White flag coming this time by.
Continuing to trail smoke out of the back of the 11. You can smell it right here in the air, but Cameron Cook holding on. He's got a smoke show going on right there. Into turn number 1, he's riding up at the top of the racetrack. Nobody slipping and sliding behind him. He leads by about half a straightaway into turn number 3. He'll hold on and bring it out of turn number 4. Heat race number 4 to Cameron Cook in car number 11. Hall will be your second place car, followed by McSpadden in the 48R, the 29 of Marcus Harkrow rounding out the field. It'll be the 21 of Essenberg and the 84 of Zach Terry. Heat race number 4 for your IMCA stock cars.
Hate to see that out of Cameron Cook. It progressively got worse and worse and worse. They don't fix themselves.
No, they don't.
We'll see if, unfortunately, I think that's probably might be a piston or a ring in that 11 machine.
It's got that really bad smell.
Yeah.
That really bad
Once
smell.
you let the smoke out of them, they don't do so well.
Nope.
So, up next, your factory stocks. Bombers. Send all hate mail to Big Mike McCarthy. Send all hate mail to Big Mike McCarthy for your bomber racers. 55R. Rusty Head on the pole and the outside. Last night's winner, Ryan Hopkins in the 4. Inside, the 47 of Shannon Dulock.
Crowd favorite.
Crowd favorite, and the outside, the 01 of John Grove. Inside, row number 3, the 21 of Clint Howard, and the outside, the 40 of Michael Bowles. Inside, row number 4, the 197 of Gary Fitch had a fast race car last night, and the outside, the 5'8 Lance Hansen once again.
Looks like we got one straggler coming out, not supposed to be on the racetrack. Here we go into turn number 1. Hop from hot up on the top side. Here we go, side by side. Rusty Head down on the bottom. They race down the back straightaway. That's a good looking machine right there, that car number 4 of Ryan Hopkins, and he rides up on the top side. Big mover right there. Check out Lance Hansen Jr. He now works on the inside there of John Grove behind him, but the action up at the front. Now Dulock's made his way up into 3rd. Side by side, Rusty Head down on the bottom. Ryan Hopkins up on the top side. They're going to go wheel to wheel. Up the track goes Hopkins. Rusty Head, bottom feeds down at the bottom. Rusty Head by half a car length at turn number 1.
Rusty Head going to lead them down into 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway now. Not many cars past that 4 machine, so that's a good move by the 55 of Rusty Head. Oh, I jinxed him.
Announcer jinx.
The old announcer jinx. So shortcut through the infield, Rusty. That's not going to work. But now it's going to be Ryan Hopkins, Shannon Dulock, and Rusty Head back in that 3rd position.
I'll tell you what, we hadn't seen Ryan Hopkins here for half the season, but he has shown up, and he has shown up in force, just like when he left last year. And you see the horsepower on that car. He gets on the gas, and that car just pivots and takes off when he drives it down into the corner, but now he's got company on the bottom. But Hopkins just too much right there as he stabs that gas, and he just goes right down the straightaway, puts a half a car length on Dulock, but Dulock working down at the bottom. Here's Bowles in the 40 as he works at the bottom, and Rusty Head able to gather it back in, running in the 4th spot halfway or past the halfway point, working lap number 6.
That was Billy Vest in his stock car, brand new stock car, Billy Vest, Mr. Dirt Defender himself, who gives us lots of contingencies, lots of stuff to give away. He was hot lapping at the back of that. He missed his heat race, so good to see Mr. Vest out there. But this heat race, it is all Ryan Hopkins, followed by Dulock in the 40 of Bowles and the 55 of Rusty Head. Rusty Head smoking a little bit. Not as bad as Cameron Cook was, but he is smoking a little bit. Not sure if that's tire smoke, rear end smoke, motor smoke, I don't know, but it is going to be checkered flag this time by, and it's going to be the 4 of Hopkins up on the top side, Dulock on the bottom. Give it to Hopkins in the 4 machine.
Ryan Hopkins leaves Friday night as the winner in the factory stock feature race, and he comes back on Saturday and wins heat race number 1 for the factory stocks as heat race number 2 gets set to roll out off of pit road.
Heat race number 2 rolling out on the racetrack right now. On the front row on the pole, the 0 of Brian Johnson, and the outside of 46, Ty Miracle. Inside, our fan favorite, the 37, James Schoenrock in the 37, and the outside of 48 of Mike Land. Inside, Mr. Jeff Junkrow Blackwood in the 88J, and the outside of 15M, Chris Florio. Inside row number 4, the 3M of Jason Bogart, and the outside of 18M of James Mercer. Speaking of Mr. Florio, I got a message here. Florio Racing Chassis, $50 to the 21st place stock car tonight. We have a long list of contingencies, Rodney, and we will get to those in a little bit, but everybody has contributed and helped, and that has made this race even bigger than it already was. $5,000 to win. But down the back straightaway they go, and it is going to be Schoenrock on the pole.
Coming to marquee stock car event in the state of Texas, if not the country, here the Baby Blue Hardcore Memorial. But right now it's heat race number 2 for the factory stocks. Green and going, off we go. Schoenrock will take him into turn number 1. Blackwood in his tracks down at the bottom. Watch a 48 car trying to find a move down there. Miracle goes up to the top side as they make their way down. Now Mike Land settles into the 3rd spot, way down at the bottom. Good move there as James Mercer really digging on the bottom, but now he sails up the racetrack. Top 3 go into turn number 1. Here's Blackwood on the bottom. Onto the back straightaway they go, but man, that momentum up on the top side. James Schoenrock, that opens up the bottom. Here comes Mike Land, sticks his nose in there, but Blackwood just drives it off of turn number 4, and he'll do the slider right up in front there of the 37. Let's see if he can hold it on. Schoenrock looks really good up on the top shelf.
Schoenrock with the momentum, but Blackwood just too much moisture, too much bite down on the bottom side. Schoenrock going to get down on the bottom now. Take the line away from Mike Land. It's going to be the 88J of Blackwood. And we are beating and banging for last place. Just destroying a lot of equipment for last place is what we're doing. But we got a heck of a race up front. Look at Schoenrock now, going to stick his nose underneath Blackwood, slicing and dicing, trying to make something work. We're going to get it halfway down and halfway to go. I believe we're going to get us a little black flag action.
Look like Mercer in the 18M. It's a consultation flag up at the front of the pack. Here we go, side by side. Blackwood on the bottom, up to the top. Mike Land, here's Schoenrock looking down at the bottom of the racetrack. All of that action happening at the front, but they're beating each other up at the back. 3-car doesn't even have any fenders. Came into the race without fenders. Back straight away we go. Schoenrock side by side on the bottom. Mike Land up on the top side. Blackwood parks it at the bottom of the racetrack. Schoenrock's trying to get below that. 2 sticks in the air this time by Joe. Here's Mike Land. He's going to go to the top side. Man, Blackwood does a great job of just dropping that car right to the bottom of the racetrack.
Yeah, he's really good. The car is really free. It's rotating right around the tires. You're going to have a very free race car to make it work down on the bottom side. White flag is in the air this time by, and it's going to be the 88J of Blackwood, followed by Mike Land and Schoenrock. Schoenrock looks good up on the top side. He's just not enough speed up there to make it work. Mercer going to pull it off, but here we come to the checkered flag. It's going to be the 88 by a fender.
Man, not by much.
Mike Land made it a race at the end. If we have anything if that's any kind of a show of what the feature race is going to be like, that's a heck of a race right there.
That was really intense right there because you had the fender to fender, wheel to wheel stuff at the front, and then you had the beating and banging at the back.
Yeah. Let's just tear our stuff up for last place in the heat race.
Yeah, might as well. Heat race number 3 onto the racetrack.
Nate Dixon on the pole, and the outside of 54K, Caden Honeycutt. Inside, row number 2 to the 111 of Eddie Gramella, and the outside of 17, Ilma Christopher Mercer. Inside, row number 3, the 29 of Michael Votow, and the outside, 62 of Jacob Pruitt. Shotgun on the field is going to be the 25 of Michael Gannett. Honeycutt raced in NASCAR, I believe it was, last week. And here he is. He raced Friday night with us last night. Something broke on that race car. He pulled it to the infield pretty early in the race. Not sure what happened to the 54. I didn't get a chance to talk to him. But obviously we got it fixed, or we didn't. He did.
He did. Yeah, very versatile young race driver right there. That guy races a lot of different things. Obviously, second place currently in the Cars Tour, late model stock car asphalt series. That races around the country, but here he is, tries to get back home to Texas as often as possible, and he sits on the outside of row number 1. Green flag in the air. Off we go. Nate Dixon down on the bottom. Dixon, pole shot move, and he will take the field into turn number 1. They race. Gramella right behind him. Back straightaway they go. Caden Honeycutt trying to work up on the top side, but they are all chasing Nate Dixon. Gramella, really good drive down at the bottom. Votaw settles into the 4th spot. Marvelous Michael Gannett right there into position number 5. Then car number 25, and now it's getting dicey up at the front. But once again, Joe, we're really watching a lot of these leaders gravitate to the bottom of the racetrack, get that car to pivot, park it down on the bottom. Yep. That seems to be the way to work it right now.
That's where the track is right now. We'll see a little bit later on as the track progresses. See if it changes and the line moves up. Last night, the line was right around the top of the racetrack. It changed all night long. It went from the bottom to the top, back to the bottom, and then back to the top. But the 111 of Eddie Gramella has had a very fast hot rod the last few weeks. Been very impressed and very consistent watching Eddie drive the 111 machine. But it is a Nate Dixon show right now in the 110 machine, in the 10 car.
Nate Dixon up at the front of the pack, leads by 1 car length, but Gramella closes in right there. This is halfway home this time by. Continues to be Dixon hanging on, but Gramella is right there. Caden Honeycutt slips back a little bit. Here's Gramella going down to the inside. The inside opens up momentarily, but back in line once again is Gramella, and they'll race out of turn 4. Gramella, good drive down on the bottom. He'll try to get to the quarter panel right there. Almost there, almost up to the back bumper. Then to turn number 1, they're going to race their way around, digging down at the bottom of the track. Gramella, but he stamps the brake or something, just kind of fell back right there.
Yeah.
It could have just been a good drive out of the corner by Dixon probably.
Well, I think Dixon also was coming down a little bit, and he just kind of checked up because he knew he was going to redraw, so there's no chance, no reason to risk, wrecking both of them. So I think he just got off the gas a little bit, save his equipment. But white flag in the air, 7 laps down, 1 more lap to go this time by for Nate Dixon in the 10.
Dixon into turn number 1. He has led since the drop of the green, but Eddie Gramella has given him everything he has in that 111. To the back straightaway we go, but it continues to be Dixon hanging on. Caden Honeycutt rides in the 3rd spot, but he is a good ways back. Checkered flag in the air. Give it to Nate Dixon, followed by Eddie Gramella. Caden Honeycutt in the 54K rounds out the top 3, and Michael Gannett all the way up to 4th from starting shotgun on the field. Heat races for your factory stocks on deck. Also here tonight, it is Stock Car Night at Heart of Texas Speedway. Outlaw Street Stocks coming up.
Stock Car Extravaganza.
Yeah, right. That's
On the pole, that will be last night's winner, the 716 Trey Vota, and the outside to 10, Brian Harcrow. Harcrow had a little after the races, meetings, we'll just call it, up into 1 and 2. On the inside, the 76S of Cody Daniel, on the outside of 5X of John Burnett. Inside, row number 3, the 18K of Tommy Honey, and the outside to 1 of Danny Sakura. Inside, row number 4, the 84 of Robert Shepard, and the outside, the old man himself, the 22 of Ed Thompson. Shotgun on the field, the 8, Barry Gaston. I don't see Gaston out there tonight.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's made the call.
7 of the 9, we're missing 2 cars.
So we'll say 7 cars, 8 laps here for Outlaw Street Stock Heat Race number 1. Vota up on the point, Harker on the outside. 8 laps to go. Here they come making their way to the start zone. Lights are off around the racetrack. David Sisk in the birdcage. He's locked and loaded. He waves the green flag, and we are off and going. Vota hauls the mail down into turn number 1. They stack up on the top side. Cody Daniel working down at the bottom. He got smoke trailing out of the back of the 76S as well. Side by side, Harcrow on the top side. Good drive down into the corner. Here's Daniel. He'll now settle up in line as he slides up in front of Harcrow. Harcrow now back down to the bottom, side by side. They're all chasing Vota. Tommy Honey in the 18K running right there behind him. Onto the back straightaway we go. Hot spot on the racetrack is for the second spot.
Cody Daniel just a little bit too tight to make it work right around the bottom of the racetrack. Had to move up about a half of a groove, maybe a full groove up. And that's going to let Trey Vota now down the back straightaway, followed by Cody Daniel. Harcrow, Honey now going to work underneath Harcrow. Harcrow loose, coming around. Oh, almost spun it out, but it kept it going. Is Harcrow in the 10.
Single file momentarily. Up the track goes the 5. Not sure what happened there to the 5. He goes right up the racetrack, but he will get back in line, but he gives up that 4th spot. Continues to be Vota hanging on. Tommy Honey all over the back bumper there of Cody Daniel as they race out of turn number 2. Honey's going to take a peek down on the bottom, opens it up. Here's Honey diving into the corner. Tommy Honey in the 18K. Cody Daniel, the 76S up on the top side. Lap number 5, 3 to go this time by for your race leader, Trey Vota in the 716. He leads over Cody Daniel, Tommy Honey, and Brian Harcrow. Good battle. Good battle for the second spot. 2 laps to go this time by as Daniel still trying to hold off the advances of Tommy Honey.
It is still going to be the Trey Vota show out front by about a half a straightaway over the field. Cody Daniel and Tommy Honey battling it out for that 2nd and 3rd position. White flag is out, 7 down, 1 to go this time by. But it's still going to be Vota followed by Cody Daniel, Honey, Harcrow, Sakura, and an 84 machine.
2-second advantage that time by. It'll be a checkered flag once again for the 716. Trey Vota wins it. Tommy Honey down on the bottom. We'll take the 2nd spot from Cody Daniel. All of the action happening right there behind the leader, behind the 716. He checks out, hauls the mail. Out for a Saturday night cruise, the 716 will cross the scales first as we get set for Outlaw Street Stock Heat Race number 2.
Number 2 rolling out on the racetrack. On the pole, the 4725 of Benji Kirkpatrick. The outside, the 9G of Drew Garcia. Inside, row number 2, the 32 of Joe Williams, and the outside, the 251 of Brandon Hood. Inside, row number 3, the X of Gage Fuller, and the outside, the 48 of Mike Land. Shotgun on the field, the 714 Charles Malvane. Brandon Hood won last week in that same hot rod. Last night, he was not driving it. Very good race at the end of the night between the 251, the 716, and I believe it was Honey. There were 3 wide for the win. I believe it was Honey. Who was a photo finish between the street stocks last night? The 716, 251, and was it Honey? Yeah, Tommy Honey. All right, lights are out. Here we go.
Set to go. Here they come around. Kirkpatrick on the point. Green flag in the air. We're racing. Kirkpatrick, nice hole shot move. Darts down to the bottom of the racetrack. Garcia. Here's Brandon Hood. He's going to cross it down to the bottom of the racetrack. Side by side, the battle for second. Down at the bottom, Brandon Hood. Drew Garcia up on the top side. They make their way out of turn number 4. Lap number 1. It'll be Kirkpatrick leading, followed by Hood. and Drew Garcia. That is your top three. Up to the top of the track goes Williams. Garcia will now settle in behind the 251, but up at the front, Benji trying to get away from the pack as he will lead lap number 2.
You can see the racetrack is starting to move up a little bit through 3 and 4. Now all the cars running a little bit higher. Brandon Hood through 1 and 2, middle to high side there as well. The last few races, everybody's been right on the bottom, but this race they are now starting to move it up. Brandon Hood, the Hood Rat, Joe Williams around. Back it off the track, Joe. Oh,
Leader goes around in turn 2, Joe. Kirkpatrick goes around, and it'll be Brandon Hood inheriting the lead right there. You had things happening at the opposite sides of the racetrack right here. Now Brandon Hood leads over Drew Garcia. It's a sizable advantage at that as well. He leads by 12 car lengths. Still Kirkpatrick able to hold on to the third spot over Mulvaney. Back straight away we go. Here's Hood going down to the bottom side. Williams up on the top. Look at Hood to the bottom right, up to the top of the racetrack. And he sails by and leads lap number 5 over Drew Garcia. We'll call it about a half a straightaway advantage for the driver of the 251. So Kirkpatrick with some bad luck right there, but he's still able to hold on to the third spot.
and it was last night. Brandon Hood was the photo finish for the win last night. I made a mistake there. I got corrected by Aaron Bird. Flying B Fabrication.
Well, at least we know people are watching.
Yeah, they do listen to some of the stupid stuff we say. But it was Brandon Hood, the Hood Rat, in the 1B last night.
White flag in the air that time by. One more time around up at the front of the pack. Half a lap to go for Brandon Hood in the 251, leading over Drew Garcia. We'll call it a straightaway. David Sisk will drop that checkered flag. Lap number 8. Brandon Hood wins heat race number 1 for the Outlaw Street Stocks over Drew Garcia. And the 13 of Benji Kirkpatrick. Outlaw Street Stock action on a Saturday night here at the world-famous, historic Heart of Texas Speedway. And pardon me, heat race number 2.
Up next, your IMCA Stock Cars B Feature 1 or A Qualifier 1, whatever you want to call it at that point. The top eight will be the inside row from position 9 on back will be the top 8. So keep an eye on the top 8. On the pole will be the 18 of Tim Clonch and the outside of 37H of Garrett Higgins. Inside row number 2, the P74 of Ryan Powers and the outside of 5H of Lance Hansen. Inside row number 3, the 03E Dylan Smith Thrill Show and the outside of 165 of Eric Miles. Inside row number 4, the 17X of Bryce Burden and the outside of 489 Anthony Otkin. Inside row number 5, the 70T of Trevor Egbert and the outside of C3 Chris Birmingham. Inside row number 6, 73 of Mark Douglas and the outside of 28J of Justin Neighbors. Shotgun on the field, the 22 of Justin Wiringa. 13 cars will be starting. We will be taking the top 8 into the Big A main. They will all pull down in the infield. We'll hold them there, and then we'll have the driver auction as soon as we're going to have 2 of these. And then we're going to have hot laps for the A qualifiers last night. Then we'll do our redraw on the front stretch with the kiddos. And then we'll have a driver's auction.
That's right.
And then we'll get into A mains, and we'll go home.
Eventually. $5,000 on the line and lots of contingency money as well. It is the Baby Blue Heart Crow Memorial tonight right here at Heart of Texas Speedway. A great way to spend your 4th of July weekend. You had Friday Night Lights last night, Saturday Night Fever tonight. This is just the place to be. There's lots of racing happening around the state of Texas, but Heart of Texas Speedway and the perfect weekend. I mean, the perfect weekend.
It's beautiful weather. Got a little cloud cover. It's not smoldering hot. So beautiful, beautiful night here at Heart of Texas Speedway.
Here comes qualifier number 1 making their way out. As Joe mentioned, top 8 to the show. Top 8 to the show right here. So if you're starting outside the top 8, you've got some work to do. And you got heavy hitters in this field. I think that's the beauty of this, Joe, is, man, this field is littered with heavy hitters.
Yep. Real quick, we won't get through all of these right now, but Mid-Tex Paint and Body, Good Towing and Recovery, Race on Texas, McSpadden Automotive Motorsports, CRS Suspension, Speed Secrets, Stephenville Starter, Dirt Defender, the 1460 Ranch, Bell Clearing, Maiden Manufacturing, Sniper Speed, Champ Fuels, ACM Services, Mid-Tex Towing, Simsic Motorsports, Adam Schwartz, LS Performance, Spillman Excavating. All sponsors that make this $5,000 available in really the race even able to go. Without all these help and all these sponsors, we would not be able to put this race on and pay the kind of money we are paying. So big thank you to those sponsors, along with all of the ones on our back stretch, a Subway, a Honey's Roofing, 3M Fencing, Southwest, Bell Clearing, Race on Texas, Goodfellas, everybody that helps us week in and week out. Big shout out, Race on Texas, Chris David, all access pass, $39.99. That'll get you all the month, the whole month. Be sure to pick Heart of Texas Speedway as your home track. All right, lights are going out.
Showtime, friends. Here we go. Qualifier number 1. They ease into turn number 3. Tim Clonch up on the point. David Sisk in the birdcage drops the hammer, and we are off and going. Turn number 1. Tim Clonch, bottom of the racetrack. Garrett Higgins up to the top side. P74. Ryan Powers down on the bottom. Good move up on the top side. Garrett Higgins trying to carry that momentum as they stack it up behind him. Top 8 go in down to the bottom. How about Burton down at the bottom of the racetrack? Great move right there as he makes his presence known, vaulting into the top 5.
Yeah, and then Dylan Smith had to give him a little bit of room there. Could have pinched him down into the tires. Trevor Egbert in the back, now making it 3 wide down the back straightaway. Trying to make something happen, get up in that top 8. Higgins slips up out of the groove, and that's going to cost him a couple of spots. Because now it's going to be Tim Clonch of 74 of Powers, followed by the 03 of Smith, and then Higgins, followed by the 17 of Burden.
Bubble car right now is Anthony Otkin. He runs side by side with Eric Miles in the 165. That is 7th and 8th. Otkin takes that spot. And so now to the back straightaway we go. But here comes the 165 back down on the bottom once again. Eric Miles, that is the 8th place battle right there. That's 7th and 8th. Everybody behind him is out of the show as one spins over in turn number 4. Gets it rolling once again. It looks like that was the 13 car, or the 73 of Mark Douglas. Douglas, he's all but done right there. Here they come around up at the front of the pack. It continues to be Tim Clonch leading by about 2 seconds, or 9/10 of a second. Working down at the bottom, up on the top side. The 74, Ryan Powers, he will take the second spot as you've got trouble on the back straightaway. Side-by-side battle right there. Egbert goes to the top side, Joe.
Egbert trying to work his way up into that transfer position, working the top of the racetrack. Going to be side by side with Eric Miles up on the very top. Can't pass him by following him, they say. So he's going to try to do something down the back straightaway. But it is still going to be Tim Clonch out front, followed by the 74, Ryan Powers, Dylan Smith, Higgins, Burden, Hanson Jr., Otkin, Miles, Trevor Egbert, one spot out looking in. Trying to make it work up on the top side. Going to pull up beside Miles now down the back straightaway.
We are past the halfway point. The action is for the final transfer spot. Miles down at the bottom. Egbert up on the top side as he rim rides up on the cushion. Now here he comes. He's going to do that once again. Miles way down at the bottom, and it will be the top side that works up on the top shelf. And Egbert will move into the final transfer spot. Everybody in front of him running right down at the bottom. You got one guy up on the top side, and he just put himself in the A main for now. Let's see if Miles can do something back down on the bottom. This is a 12-lap A qualifier, and you've got 10 laps complete this time by for your race leader, Tim Clonch in the 18. 2 sticks in the air, and now the battle happening right here for that final transfer spot. Trevor Egbert is in that spot.
White flag is out this time by. Tim Clonch leads the field by about 12 car lengths down the back straightaway. It's going to be Clonch, Smith, Powers, Higgins.
Here they come around, checkered flag in the air. Tim Clonch will hold on. Tim Clonch, Dylan Smith, Garrett Higgins, Bryce Burton, Lance Hanson Jr., Trevor Egbert, Anthony Otkin, Eric Miles able to make the pass, or Eric Miles into the show. Eric Miles into the show as he will get that final transfer spot. It actually goes to Anthony Otkin on the final lap. So the top 8 in that race: Clonch, Smith, Powers, Higgins, Burton, Hanson Jr., Egbert, Otkin, pardon me. They will go to the A main. Here comes a qualifier number 2 as they roll out 8 more into the show from this race.
A qualifier number 2 rolling out on the racetrack. We got a ton of contingencies. It's a lot to keep up with, Rodney.
It's a whole lot.
Up on the pole is a 97 of Doug Lorenz, and the outside the 20T of Thomas Hall. Inside row number 2, the 48 of Raymond McSpadden, and the outside the 11 of Cameron Cook. Keep an eye on the 11 machine with the smoking he had earlier on. Hopefully it was just a valve cover or something along those lines. Row number 3, the 79 of Jerry Friedrich, and the outside the 83 of Daryl Campbell. Inside row number 4, the 27 of Michael Wolford, and the outside of 29 of Marcus Harcrow. Inside row number 5, Daniel Shipler in the 38 and Alan Essenberg on the outside in the 21E. O'Brien and Zach Terry shotgun on the field.
Green flag. Oh, sorry.
Doug Lorenz going to lead him down into the front straightaway. Lorenz down the backstretch now, going to work the bottom of the racetrack, followed by Raymond McSpadden, and then Cook up on the top side. Going to see if they can make something happen up on the top side.
And they go into turn number 1. Doug Lorenz is your leader. McSpadden working down at the bottom. It's a gaggle of race cars behind him, side by side. It is the caution flag. Trouble, turn number 4. As you were about to have a really nice battle right there with Hall and Cameron Cook, who had worked down on the bottom. And the good sign there for Cameron Cook, Joe, is I don't see the smoke trailing out of that number 11 race car.
Hopefully they got that fixed. Maybe it was just a valve cover or something that, you know, was fixable. So
Zach Terry goes around in turn number 4. He is off and rolling and will rejoin the fray. Oh, he did get one lap complete right there as we get set for a Texas two-step Waco restart. Doug Lorenz out on the point, Raymond McSpadden on the inside of row number 2. On the outside, Thomas Hall. Row 3 on the inside, Cameron Cook in the 11. Up on the outside, it'll be the 27 of Michael Wolford. Wolford on the outside of row number 3. Inside of row number 4, it is the 29 of Marcus Harcrow. Flanking him on the outside, Daryl Campbell. That is your first 4 rows right there. On the bubble right now, showing officially in the 8th spot is J.O.B., Joe O'Brien. He's still got 3 cars right there that he's got to beat.
yeah, 4 now.
Yeah, 4, yep. That's Jerry Friedrich, but he's a lap down because we got a lap. Green flag, we're off and rolling. Here's Doug Lorenz into turn number 1. McSpadden down at the bottom. I'm not sure why Frederick pulled out there, but here we go. To the back straightaway we go. 3 wide out of the corner. Harcrow down on the bottom. Cameron Cook in the middle. Thomas Hall up on the top side. They keep it straight. A little bit of contact. Here comes Marcus Harcrow down at the bottom. Daniel Shipler goes around. He'll continue to roll, so we're off and going. This is lap number 2. Look at this stuff happening behind the second place car, McSpadden. Cameron Cook able to go free and clear into third. Harcrow now vaults his way in. Wolford down on the bottom. Hall up on the top side. O'Brien working on the bottom side of the racetrack. 83 car up on the top side there, and Daryl Campbell. Man, these guys are awful dicey. They're not settling for the spots they have.
No, they know there are only 1 spot in, and if one little bobble, they're going to be 1 spot out. So they are trying to pass somebody, try to get 1 or 2 spots, just a little assurance, just so that they do, if they do have a bobble, they're okay. But it's going to be Doug Lorenz, followed by Raymond McSpadden, Cook, Harcrow digging on the right rear, pulling the left front down the back straightaway.
You got a great pack up at the front, but it's awful racy, and there go 2 of them around. They were in the show. It was O'Brien along with the 14 of Thomas Hall. They have trouble, so now they are in big-time trouble. To the back straightaway we go. The battle for third down on the inside. Marcus Harcrow, Cameron Cook up on the top side. A little bit of contact there out of the corner. Halfway home, lap number 6. 6 down, 6 to go. Cameron Cook up on the top side. Marcus Harcrow down on the bottom as they work at the bottom of the racetrack. McSpadden, a very steady run right now as he rides in the second spot. Bubble car at the moment is car number 84 as he runs right behind Campbell and Essenberg. The 84 car in the show momentarily as we complete lap number 7. The action up at the front of the pack. Here's Harcrow once again as he takes a peek down to the inside of Cameron Cook. They'll get back in line, and the top 4 try to get away from Michael Wolford. Oh, Shipler's down there on the bottom again.
Shipler's on the bottom.
I tell you, he dodged a bullet because they were coming with a head of steam right there at the bottom of the racetrack.
Joe O'Brien, why do you pull off there, buddy? Maybe something broke in the race car. We're going to go with that. Something broke in his race car.
O'Brien was in a transfer spot when all of that happened at turn number 3. He goes around.
Hall went around, and O'Brien went around to avoid creaming him, and didn't bring out the caution, and he pulled it to the infield.
So here's our Texas two-step Waco restart. Doug Lorenz out on the point. He is led from the drop of the green. Driver out of Killeen. Inside of row number 2, Raymond McSpadden on the outside. Cameron Cook, Marcus Harcrow. Inside of row number 3, Michael Wolford up on the outside. Thomas Hall, and then flanking him on the outside, Alan Essenberg. We are ready to go. Lights are off, 7 laps down in a 12-lap A-main qualifier. Green flag in the air. We're off and rolling once again. Lorenz on the gas into turn number 1. Cameron Cook will ease into the second spot. Here's McSpadden down on the bottom, side by side. Cameron Cook, look at the horsepower move right there. Let's see if they keep it straight down into the corner. Lorenz crowds him just a little bit. Cameron Cook goes down to the bottom. They go side by side out of turn number 4. Into turn number 1, Lorenz on the top. Way down on the bottom of the racetrack. Cameron Cook, no smoke. The only smoke is the speed coming out of that car at the moment, Joe. Into the corner they go. Lorenz is hanging on, but Cameron Cook wheeling that car down at the bottom of the racetrack.
Very free, very loose race car, able to rotate right around the tires like he is. Very, like you said, very fast race car at that. Marcus Harcrow got in the back of 48 of Raymond McSpadden, freed him up a little bit, got him out of the groove, and now Marcus is going to be down on the bottom side, going to try to get by Raymond McSpadden in that 48 machine.
2 sticks in the air that time by. Cameron Cook hanging on. Doug Lorenz, Marcus Harcrow down at the bottom. There's Thomas Hall. Michael Wolford is there. The 83 car, Zach Terry. Alan Essenberg up on the top side. Transfer spot on the line right there. Essenberg trying to get that final spot. Quarter of a mile to go this time by. Essenberg's going to go the long way around to try to get into the A-main. Cameron Cook, a little bobble right there. Lorenz is going to go to the outside, but Cameron Cook gathers it back in. Gets back in line. They go single file. Here's Harcrow going down to the bottom. Checkered flag in the air. It'll be Cameron Cook, Doug Lorenz, Marcus Harcrow. Let's watch a battle for the final spot. Zach Terry, after a spin, Joe, early in the race, is able to hold off Essenberg. It'll be Cameron Cook, Lorenz, Harcrow, McSpadden, Hall, Wolford, Campbell, and Terry to the A-main.
Up next will be your A-main qualifier hot laps. So we'll be hot lapping next, and then we'll have our redraw in the front stretch right under the flag stand. We'll do our redraw for the top 8, and then we'll do our driver auction. So get your cash. Pastor Jim, you got your cash? You got your money out? Yeah? Yeah? We take cash.
No credit.
No credit cards.
No credit.
I said no food stamps, but with the price of fuel, I think I'd take a fuel
Absolutely.
a fuel card.
And we didn't bring our, what's that thing called that you can...
The little square?
Yeah, we didn't bring our square. Here come the top 8. These guys got in last night.
Abby, Good, G.W. Egbert, Dustin Mooney, Thomas Hall Jr. I tell you what, that kid, the Thomas Hall Jr., has been very, very impressive lately. 6 of the 8. Not exactly sure who we're missing.
Yeah, the Acrobat is not out, and it looks like Blake Clark is not out.
I was going to say, I think the 88 of Clark. Jason Batt says his motor's only got so many laps on it, and he's not going to use it up.
He don't need no practice.
He don't need practice.
He don't need no practice.
So the 88 of Clark and a 9 of Acrobat, not hot lapping. Here we go.
These guys have been sitting back smoking cigars, watching everybody else try to kill themselves out there to get into the A-main.
For 14th place.
That's right. And here we go. These cars into the show last night. They did it the easy way, if you want to call it easy. I saw that. I watched it on All Access, and that was some really good racing last night. So, Joe, your thoughts on this? So this track is really coming into itself right now. I think by the time we get intermission out of the way, we don't have a whole lot of a breeze going across the racetrack at the moment. I think we're going to have a multi-groove racetrack tonight when we start these.
A lot of times, too, we didn't have the sun beating down on it. We don't have, like, sprint cars. We don't have a ton of cars here. So they're not going to be laying rubber down. A lot of times there's a lot of cars, a lot of heat. They lay down a thing of rubber, and then once they do that, it's just one groove at that point, and it's just not great racing. So,
and I think the beauty of it tonight is like we talked about, stock car extravaganza. It's all heavy cars. They are packing this track in each and every lap that they continue to put down. Right now you got guys working down at the bottom. They go straight to the top down the straightaways. So we'll continue to watch how this all shakes out. Remember, before we have the feature race tonight, the big race tonight, You'll have the factory stocks and the outlaw street stocks putting more time on the racetrack, so we're going to have a really, really good racetrack. So there we go, your top six.
Top 6 of the 8. There you go.
They make their way out, and of course you've got everybody else qualified in. We took 8 from qualifier number 1, 8 from qualifier number 2, so our field is set for the Baby Blue Harcrow Memorial coming up a little bit later on tonight here at Heart of Texas Speedway. $5,000 on the line to the winner. A great purse all the way through. Contingency money available as well. So it's going to be some good stuff happening a little bit later on here this evening as we get set for main event racing. Coming up, redraw on the catwalk right out here, and then we will have our driver auction. All of that coming up as we are at intermission here tonight, Saturday Night Fever at Heart of Texas Speedway.
All right, if we can get all of the stock car drivers up here on the fence, please. All the stock car drivers, I know y'all are working your way up from the infield. We're going to do the redraw first. We're going to redraw 5 through 8 first and foremost. And then we'll redraw 1 through 4. Doing well, sir. Thank y'all for being here. So I need Blake Clark, Weston Abbey, Thomas Hall Jr., and David Good Jr. Thomas Hall Jr. How are you, buddy? Where's Blake? Weston Abbey got the flowing hair and a mustache going on. So we're going to redraw the top 8, and then everybody that made the 8 gets auctioned off. You can have a seat.
Sit down right there.
You can have a seat. All right, where's Blake? Blake Clark, where you at, buddy? Jack, it'll be okay, buddy. Blake Clark, where you at, buddy?
He's driving his car up there.
Oh, thanks.
I just saw him.
Blake, come on, buddy. Hustle it up. All right, I need Blake, Weston, Thomas Hall Jr., and David Good Jr. Just right here is fine. One more. Where's Blake? Oh, there you are. Hi, buddy. All right, Blake ran 8th last night, so these are numbered 5, 6, 7, 8 in a random deal. So pick a dirt defender, and that's going to be your starting spot in the A main. Anyone, but not that one. Not just kidding. Number 5. Going to start number 5.
That's like a 1.
That's like a 1. Weston Abbey. Pick one, buddy. I can't tell you that. What is that one?
The 7.
The 7. The 7. All right, Thomas Hall. He says that one.
Oh, I got the 8.
He got the 8. Junior, looks like you get the 6, I think it is. Okay, who ran 4th? Dustin Mooney. Dustin Mooney. Pick you one up. They're hard to read because all I had was one little orange marker, but it's on there, I promise. Turn it over. That is the 1. Dustin Mooney draws the 1. G-Dub.
That's the worst place to start.
Where's G-Dub at? Pick one up.
My kids are grabbing it. Hey, you said it last night.
The blue one. 3. Second row inside. Jason Batt.
4, Jason.
4.
Told you.
4. Jeffrey Abbey. There's only one left, buddy.
7, right?
Yes, a 7. Should be the number 2.
Yep.
Number 2. All right.
No.
Yeah, it is. It's in orange. It's very hard to see. It's right there.
Oh, God.
That's the only marker I had, Casey. All right. We're going to do the driver auction. If you've never been here, you've never seen it happen, here's what happens. We're going to auction off the drivers. I will bid on every driver $10. So if nobody else bids on them, I will buy them for $10. We're going to start at the bottom. Casey, is the lineup in the
That's what I'm wondering.
my?
Let's just get the lineup in there.
Okay. They're going to get the lineups in my race pass. Huh? I don't remember making that deal with you. If you don't have enough money, you should probably go sit by somebody that does have enough money. David Good, I'm above you. Up here. Look up. David. Up. Didn't you buy Fred Wojcik for like $40 at 281? Oh, Pat McGuire. Yes. And won like $1,200. Oh, for the $40 buy. So that does happen. It's going to take just a second for them to get that in, so turn some music. Real quick, if you need a drink, you need to use the facilities, let's go do that while they're getting the lineups on. Thanks, Mike, for the drinks. Hold on. I do have two online bids. Just like a real auction. Lineups. Stock car. A feature. All right, perfect. Y'all wave at the train. We're going to start at the back and work our way to the front. So we're going to start with the monster truck himself, and how the hell that guy even made the A main, I don't know. Zach Terry. How did Zach Terry make the A main? Miracles never cease. Huh? Oh, there you are. I didn't know you could hear me. Sorry, buddy. All right, Zach Terry, you got $10? $15? Anybody got $15 for Zach Terry? 15? 20? 20? 20? 25? Hell no, it's been announced. Man, for $5, you went from hero to zero. $20 right here. $20. Anthony Otkin to 489. I got him for $10. Anybody for 15? I got him for 10. Anybody for 15? Going once, going twice. Put Anthony Otkin $10 on me. What? Oh. How much? 15. 20? Did I hear 20? 20. 25 for Otkin. 25. 30. 25, going once, going twice, sold it up on the top row. $25, Anthony Otkin. Yeah, if you see somebody bidding, holler out, let me know. All right. Big Mike's hero, Daryl Campbell in the 83. Mr. Destroyer himself. I got him for 10. Who wants him for 15? $11. $11. 15. You're gonna go like 17.27 or something stupid? Okay, 15. 15 going once. $18. No, $18. 20. 20. 20. Sell it right here. 20 going once, going twice. Sold it right here. $20. Right behind you, Rodney. In the tank top. Daryl Campbell. Trevor Egbert in the 70T. Where you at, T? Where's Trevor at? Hello, Sniper John. How are you, buddy? Trevor Egbert in the 70T. I got him for 10. Who wants you for 15? Trevor Egbert. 15? 20? Got 15 on the top side. Looking for 20. 20 down there. All the way down there. 20. 25? 25, 30. 30? No. 25 going once. 25 going twice. What? How much? $50 down here. 50. 50. 55. 55 going once. 55 going twice. Right under the flag stand. $50. All right, that was Trevor Egbert. Michael Wolford in the 27. 10th row outside, starting place 20. I got him for 10. Anybody want him for 15? Wolford. Wolford, I got him for 10. 15, anybody want him for 15? 15, looking for 20. 15, looking for 20. 15 going once, twice. Sold him up there. Hey, Pastor Jim, just stay up there. Lance Hansen in a 5H. Fast hot rod. Where's Lance at? He's on the track. I got him for 10. Who wants him for 15? 15, 20, 20, 25, 25, 30, 25 going once, 30, 30, looking for 35, 40, 40 right here, 50, 50, 55. It's a little bitch. 50, 50, 50 going once, going twice. Ronnie Bell, $50. Thomas Hall in the 20T, senior. I got him for 10. Anybody want him for 15? Thomas Hall, 15. Sniper John, you want him 15? No. 10. 10 going once. 15 right here. 15. Senior, not the kiddo. Not the fast one. 15 going once. Going twice. Sold right here in the front. $15. You have to make a list of who all you got. Bryce Burden in the 17X. Yeah. 17X. Bryce Burden. I got him for 10. Anybody want him for 15? 15. Going once. Going twice. Put it on me for $10. Bryce Burden. All right. Raymond McSpadden, the 48R. My buddy. 8th row outside. I got him for 10. Who wants him for 15? 15, 20. 20. I got 15 right here. 20, 20, 25. 25, 30, 35. $48. Moron. 48. 48 on the 48. Going once. Going twice. Ronnie Bell, 48 on the 48. 37H, Garrett Higgins. 8th row inside. I got him for 10. 15. Higgins. 15, 20. 15 going once. Going twice. Sell it. Ronnie Bell, $15 to Higgins. 29. Who? What? Who dat? Marcus Harkrow in the 29. 15. 20. I got 15. 20. 25. 25. 30. 30. 35. 40. 40. 40. Oh, or y'all speak up, yell or something, get my attention. Don't just point. $50 down here. 60. 65. 65. Looking for 70. 80 all the way down there. 80 on the south side.
Right here, yep.
80. 85. 85. 85. 90. 90. Yes. 95. Hundy. 105. Yes. Yes. 110. 105. Going once. Going twice. All the way down there on the south side of 105. That's the first one to break that $100 cherry. All right. Marcus. All right. Ryan Powers in the P74. 20. 25. 25. 25. P74, Ryan Powers. I got 20 over here, right? Somewhere? Somebody? Yep. 20. 25. I'm looking for 25. 20. Going once. Going twice. Are we good? Over here, Joe. 25. Okay.
Right here.
Rodney, you're doing a crappy job down there, buddy.
I know.
25, looking for 30.
I'm dozing
30.
off over
I got
here,
30 here. 35 down there.
35? No.
30. Going once. Going twice. Sold it. Right here. 30 bucks. You want to buy a monkey. Right here with the bruise. Remember, it's cash only. All right, Doug Lorenz in a 97. Fast tonight. 15. 20. You're at 15, I think. 20, 25, 30. 40 up on the top row. 40 on the top. 50. 50. 60. 60. 65. Doug Lorenz, 97. Doug Lorenz. What was it, 60? I don't remember where we were. 60 up on the top. 60 going once. Going twice. Sold it up on the top row, Mr. Jim. Doug Lorenz. Oh, no. The Thrill Show. The 03E. Dylan Smith. I got him for 10. Where's 15? 15, 20. 20, 25. 25. 25 here. 30 where? 30. Lefty's got him for 30. Dylan Smith. 35. How much? 40 on the front row. 45. 45. 50. 50. 50 on the front. 55. I got 50 right here in the hat. 50. Looking for 55. Going once. Where? Oh, you got to throw something at me, buddy. 55. Looking for 60. 60. 65. 70. 65. Going once. Going twice. 65 right here in the blue shirt. Oh, shoot. Cameron Cook in the 11 machine. Very fast hot rod all year long. Chasing that elusive wind.
Beautiful machine.
Beautiful machine. The 11. Cameron Cook, I got it for 10. Where's 15? 15, 20, 20, 25.
Joe, over here.
How much?
How much? 30. 30.
I got 30 down there. I got 40 over here, Rodney. I got 40 over here.
45 over here.
45 on the south side. 50 on the north side. Look for 55, Rodney.
You got 55 over there?
55?
No. No.
Okay, Cameron Cook in the 11. Cameron Cook in the 11. 50 up on the top shelf. 50. 55. 55. 60. 60. 65. 65. 70. 70. 75. 75. 80. He's got to ask permission. 80. 85. 85. 90. Ask permission again. 90. 85. 90. 85. 90. 85 up on the top shelf. Cameron Cook for $85. Tim Clunch in the 18. Clunch. Tim Clunch in the 18. I got it for 10. Where's 15? 15, 20. 20, 25. 20. We got you at 20. 25. 25. 30. 35. 40. 40. 45. 40. 40 going once. 40 going twice. 45 right here. 50. 50. 45. 50. 50. 55. 50. 50 going once. 50 going twice. Mr. Allen. Thank you. Right here. Little Hall. Little Hall. I got him for 10. I got 20 over here. Look for 25. How much? 40 in the front row. 45. 45, 50. Thomas Hall in the 114. I got 50 behind him. 100. 100. 150. No pressure, son. 200. 210. I got 200. 210. 210. I got 210. 210 going once. 210 going twice. We broke the $200 mark. Thomas Hall Jr. Sold it right here. 200. Weston Abbey in the 12. Hold on to your seatbelts. Weston Abbey in the 12. I got 40.
Joe, I got 60 over here.
I got 60.
That's 60 right there.
How much? 200? 100. How much? 150. 200. 250. 250. 275. 300. Weston Abbey in the 12. I've said it 4 times. I can't help you. Weston Abbey in the 12. Weston Abbey in the 12. 300 down here, I believe, right? 300. Look for 320. 320. Looking for 340. Weston Abbey in the 12. 320. Looking for 340. 320 going once. 320 going twice. Broke the 300 mark. 3 sold. Sorry, buddy. 320 right here. Weston Abbey brings 320. Junior, David Goo Jr. in a 13G, Mike. David Goo Jr. How much? 20 bucks. Look for 25. Junior, 25. Look for 30. 30 up here on the top side. Looking for 40.
I got 40 over here, Joe.
Junior, we got 40 down there. Looking for 50. 50. I got 50 right on the front row.
55 over here.
Got 55 on the south side. David Goo Jr. in a 13G. Somebody way down there.
Yeah, down here, 55.
We got 55. How much? 60. 60. I got 60.
I got 80 over here.
I got 80 on the south side. I got 100 in front of me. 100. Yeah, it's the B&B. I got 100. Selby? Rodney, y'all done?
Yep, we're done.
All right, 100 right here. Going once. Going twice. Sold it. David Good Jr., 100 bucks. Right here. Blake Clark in the 88 machine. Got 100. I know. Smitherman. We weren't going to give the amount out so people knew what they were doing. I've got 100. Blake Smitherman on Blake. But we weren't going to tell the amount because then it kills the auction.
I got 120 over here, Joe.
I got 120. Look for 150. I got 150. Look for 160. 150. Looking for 160.
I got it. 160 over here.
160. I got 200. 350. That's what we're talking about. Blake Clark, 350. We just dive off in their feet first. 350 on Blake Clark. Looking for 360. Going once. Going twice. 350. Sold it right there on Blake. All right, this is where it's going to get fun. Jason, the Acrobat in a 9 machine. 40. Looking for 50. Jason Batt in a 950. Looking for 60.
I got 50. I got 50 over here.
I got 50 down there. I got 60. I got 60.
I got 200 over here.
200 on the south side. Jason Batt in the 9. I got 300. How much? 350 from Hard Time. 400 behind me. Where's 420 at? It's in April. 400, 420, 500. 500. 510. 6. 610. We're not doing 611. 620. 620. 650. 7. 750. 8. 850. That was the draw line. 8. What was that? 850, right? 850. 850 on Jason Bat. Make sure we collect all that money, please. G-Dub into 70. G-Dub Egbert. 40, 50, 50, 60, 60, 100. I hear 100. 100, 120, 120. 150. 150. I got, did I hear 2? Oh, I got 200. 200, looking for 220. How much? Sorry, Jason. 200. You were worth 150, but you're not worth 200 a month. 200, 220. Anybody else? 220 going once? How much? 220. 3. I got 3 right here. 3. Looking for 320. 3 going once. 350 up on the top shelf. 4. Hubert, I got 4. 450. 5. I got 5. Pull your money together. How much? 5. Going once. Going twice. Sold it. 500. This is going to be fun. Jeffrey, Abby has driven the wheels off anything he gets behind the wheel of.
Joe, I got 100 right there.
I got 100. How much? 5. 500. 500. Just going to rip the Band-Aid right clean off. 506. 7. 7. 8. 8. 1,000. Broke the dime. We broke the dime for Jeffrey Abbey. The 37.
Beautiful machine. Beautiful
machine in a 37. 1,100. 11. 11. 11. Ronnie, you need to ask if you have permission to spin 12. We're at 11. Oh, so you're at 12. Okay. Okay, he did 1,200. Doc, 1,200 going once. Ronnie Bell, 1,200 going twice. Sold it. Sold it. Sold it. $1,200.
Go get that money.
Get. Oh, now they're pulling together. They got pesos coming out and some rubles. Here's your favorite. Dustin Mooney in the 21 on 5. 200.
Beautiful machine.
Beautiful machine. Dustin Mooney 200. Looking for 3. 3. Looking for 4. 4. Looking for 5. I got 4. Looking for 5. 7 up on the top shelf. 7 on the top shelf. 7. Going once. 7. 7 going twice. Dustin Mooney, the pole setter is worth $700.
Well done.
800.
Oh.
9. I got 8. Looking for 9. I knew I could get an extra $100 from somebody. 800. Looking for 9. 800. Going once. Going twice. Sold it. Hoover. That is it for the auction, everybody. Thank y'all for being here. Thanks for being patient. I know this takes a little bit of time, but it is a really cool, fun deal. A-Main's coming up very next. A-Main's.
I bet you there's 4,000 in that line. Yeah, I bet you
Oh, yeah. Good. Good, Joe. How are you? That's going to be a good payday for the winner. I was keeping up with it, so I was doing the numbers.
Sometimes it's one of the deals where you like buy into it. You're like, I'm going to win first and third. Something else.
It up to 50 and all right, go give me just a second. I'll have it totaled and counted.
Thank you for all your help.
All right, here's your pink tab. Give me just a second and I'll let you know what you want.
You add all that up? I did. I did go through my phone, Doc said it was takes a little time. They're doing it, I think. I was trying to keep it up in my head. It's around 49. It's somewhere in there. I lost track about halfway through. But so the driver, whoever wins, gets half, and then whoever bought him gets the other half of it.
Last year, the guy
He donated to like yeah, it was a nonprofit. The guy that won it donated back to a nonprofit, something military, I think.
so did the driver, didn't he?
I don't think the driver did. I don't know.
They should have put it in the paper that he donated back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did wet in the
Donated to my bass team.
I'm gonna donate it to my gas tank.
Hey, Maine's coming up. Race fans, don't forget we are back next Friday night. Friday Night Lights right here at Heart of Texas Speedway. Bandit Outlaw Sprint Car Series. All of those beautiful cars will be here. Those beautiful hot rods will be here for that. Sprint cars coming up next Friday night. Additional information at hotspeedway.com as well as on Facebook, Hot Speedway. MDA night as well. So a great cause right there. That is all next Friday night. IMCA Weekly Racing, Bandit Outlaw Sprint Car Series. And then later here in July, a very busy July here at Heart of Texas Speedway, coming up on Friday, July the 22nd. Friday the 22nd, it'll be the Wild Bill White Shootout. So good stuff coming up within the month of July as we fly along with the 2022 race season here at historic Heart of Texas Speedway Racing each and every Friday night. The Friday night lights shine bright right here at Heart of Texas Speedway. Thank you all for being a part of the Baby Blue Harcrow Memorial. Those feature races coming up shortly. Factory stocks, outlaw street stocks, and then the $5,000 to win. Lots on the line. Lots on the line coming up for the IMCA stock cars to finish off our night right here at Heart of Texas Speedway.
Talk about it. $5,000 raised for the driver's auction. So $2,500 will go to the winning driver. $2,500 to whoever bought that winning driver. So it now officially pays $7,500 to win the Baby Blue Memorial. $7,500 to win it.
All right.
Awesome.
Factory stocks rolling out onto the racetrack. First feature race of the evening. A-Main's coming up for the Baby Blue Harcrow Memorial here tonight at Heart of Texas Speedway, and it'll be the factories that get us rolling in this main event action. 20-lap feature, 20-lap main event for the factories. Starting lineup as they are set to go on the point in the 111 out of Hewitt. It's Eddie Gramella. Gramella in the 111 on the outside out of Bridge City, the 54K of Caden Honeycutt. Row 2 on the inside out of Waco, car number 4, Ryan Hopkins. On the outside out of Italy in the 40, it's Michael Bowles. Row 3 on the inside out of Buda, car number 55R, Rusty Head. On the outside out of Waco, Mike Land at car 48. Following row on the inside, car number 37 out of West, it's James Schoenrock. Schoenrock in the 37. On the outside out of Ennis in the 10, it'll be Nate Dixon. Following row inside out of Axtell. In the 47, Shannon Dulock. On the outside out of Waco in the 88J, Jeff Blackwood. Inside, car number 25 out of Robinson, Michael Gannett. On the outside out of Copper's Cove, it'll be Chris Florio. Next row inside out of Waco in the 01, John Grove. On the outside out of Copper's Cove, the 3M of Jason Bogard. Position number 15 out of Ross, car number 29, Michael Votaw. On the outside out of 7 points in the 197, it's Gary Fitch. Following row inside out of Riesel in the 46, Ty Miracle. On the outside out of Belton, Chris Mercer, car 17M. Position number 19 out of Elmont, car 21, Clint Howard. On the outside out of Temple in the 18M, it's James Mercer. Position 21 out of Belton, car 62, Jacob Pruitt. Flanking him on the outside out of Palmer in the 5H, Lance Hansen Jr. Shotgun on the field, position number 23 out of Waco in the 0. Brian Johnson rounds out the field. 23 cars, 20 laps for your factory stocks, getting set for A-Main action here at the Baby Blue Harcrow Memorial at Heart of Texas Speedway. $7,500 on the line to the winner of the IMCA stock car feature race tonight. That'll be the final main event of the night. You still got the Outlaw Street Stocks in between 3 main events here on a Saturday night special, Saturday Night Fever at Heart of Texas Speedway as you check in on Race on Texas All Access. Jeff Christensen providing all the beautiful photography, all the beautiful video that you were checking out in high definition 1080, my friends. 1080 is how we do it. And Jeff is the man with the plan, doing it up here at the top. One of the best in the business is Mr. Jeff Christensen. Rolling the factory stocks around. A little bit of water on the racetrack there during the intermission, during the auction and so forth. So just doing a little bit of work on the racetrack, getting set to go. As we begin feature race action, 4th of July weekend from Heart of Texas Speedway. A big happy and blessed 4th of July to all of you and yours. Enjoy this time, honor our great country as we celebrate the birthday of this great country, the Independence Day weekend. Factory's rolling around just a little bit right here. Gonna tick it up just a little. Ryan Hopkins, the winner last night here at Heart of Texas Speedway on the regular Friday night show. Of course, he is the defending 2021 factory stock champion. Just a great run that he had last year here at Heart of Texas. A little bit later start to the season for Hopkins this year, but he has returned, and he has returned in dominating fashion just as when he left. And he is out on the racetrack trying to sweep the weekend as he will start in position number 3. Green and yellow lights on right here as we work on the racetrack. Over 50 years of history here at historic Heart of Texas Speedway. Located just north of Waco if it's your first time checking us out. We welcome you to Heart of Texas Speedway. Welcome to the legend that is the world famous Heart of Texas Speedway. Follow the Speedway on Facebook by searching Hot Speedway. And of course the official website of Heart of Texas Speedway. It is heartoftexasspeedway.com. Joe Spillman and Rodney Rodriguez on the call, along with Jeff Christensen.
Race On Texas, all access pass, $39.99. Be sure to pick Heart of Texas Speedway as your home track. That gets half that money goes back to the racetrack. We use that in the off season throughout the winter and rainouts and whatnot. That helps the track out, so be sure to do that. Thanks to Chris David and everybody over at Race On Texas. Next week we'll be here with the Bandit Outlaws. Rodney will be here. I may not be. We'll see.
Cannot wait to see those beautiful machines.
Those beautiful, beautiful Bandit Outlaw sprint cars, unlimited cubic inches. All right.
I did it.
Factory stocks. I know. I heard you.
Oh, okay.
You're like a professional, Rodney. I was in the facilities and I heard you calling it. I was like, well.
Hey, one less thing.
My man.
One less thing.
My man.
I'm here to serve. I'm here to serve.
He headed home tonight. We're going to run up to Colorado tomorrow.
Nice.
A little cooler weather
It'll
up
be a
there.
tick cooler. A tick
little
cooler.
bit cooler. In the 40s and 50s up there and some rain. So go check out everything.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Some well-deserved time off. Great job on the auction, my man.
Oh, man.
And actually as well, Joe, just a great job just with everything that you've done. I mean, you do it all the time, but I mean, a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that you did. You're pulling additional money into this weekend, and it's just a fantastic job by you, man. You are a true ambassador to racing.
Man, I've got an addiction. That's all there is to it.
I know.
Can you believe they actually pay us to call the races? We get to watch the best racing around. They pay us, and they let us drink a beer every now and then.
It's pretty cool.
It's not
Great
a bad
concept.
gig.
That's why I keep coming back.
Yeah.
All right, Joe, your thoughts on this one, man? This is a loaded field, and I mean, how great is it to race here? You had a race last night with just as many cars, and here you are again the next night, and they're all here again.
Yeah, it's 23 factory stocks. We had a few more last night because we had some B mains.
Yeah.
I think we had 28, 29 last night. A lot of people race here on a Friday night because then Saturday nights they can take off, they can go hang out with their kids or do whatever. I'm going to pick Ryan Hopkins in the 4 machine.
David Sisk has the lights off. We're set to go. Main event time at Heart of Texas Speedway. Green and going. We are off and going. It is Grimella taking the field down into the corner. Right behind him is Hopkins. Up on the top side is Caden Honeycutt. Honeycutt a little off there in that feature race, but he looks like he's got it going on right here. Here's Michael Bowles up on the top side. A little contact there from Mike Land. They'll zip it out of turn number 4. 5 car lengths at the line for Eddie Grimella in the 111 into turn number 1. Hopkins down at the bottom. Up on the top side. Rim riding up on the top shelf is Caden Honeycutt. But look at Michael Bowles. Bowles down to the inside. Poking the bear right there of Ryan Hopkins. They make their way around, Joe. 2 in the books in the factory stock.
Ryan Hopkins a little bit tight. His car's a little bit snug. We'll see if it frees up once he loses a little bit, burns a little fuel off. It might take some of that rear bite out of that car. It might free up a little bit, but it's just a little tight. He can't rotate the car and work it through the corners. So Big Mike says they're 3 wide down the front straightaway. 3 wide. Rusty head of the 55 machine looks really good himself. And that's going to shuffle Ryan Hopkins back a little bit. It's still going to be Bowles up in that second position now. But he is doing nothing but following the 111 all the way around the racetrack.
Now they go 3 wide once again into turn number 1. A little contact right there. Rusty head, man on a mission. He goes to 3rd. Still up on the top side. Honeycutt. Here comes Hopkins back down. Back behind them, you got James Schoenrock leading a mad charge of cars down on the inside with Shannon Dulock and Blackwell in the 88J. Up on the top side of Schoenrock is Mike Land. Into turn 1 they go. Factory stock action, 23 strong on a Saturday night. The Baby Blue Harco Memorial here at Heart of Texas Speedway. Hot spot on the racetrack is the battle for 4th. On the bottom, Ryan Hopkins up to the top of the track. On the cushion is Honeycutt. Honeycutt back on the gas now. He's got company right there at his left elbow. Here comes a 48 of Mike Land. James Schoenrock. Dulock all over the backside of car number 37. Back straight away they go. They're double stacked into the corner. They chase Hopkins. Hopkins goes to the top side. 4 wide momentarily, but they'll shake it out. 4 wide once again out of the corner. Ryan Hopkins leads that pack. Here's Land up on the top side. Honeycutt. Schoenrock down on the bottom. Here comes Dulock and the 10 car into the mix, as well as Nate Dixon.
Caution, caution, caution. Eddie Grimella, a man on a mission out front, did not want to see a caution. I can promise you that. He was in a rhythm. It was really, really smooth. Michael Bowles worked his way up. Where did he start at? Let's see there. I started second, so
Now, Michael Bowles doing a really nice job right there because there's a lot of fast company right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Bowles very strong as well, but I'll tell you, the racetrack is continuing to amaze me. We had a really nice racetrack in the heat races and the qualifiers. They came back out, they put a little more moisture back down, and we did the green-yellow here with the factory stocks. This thing is shaping up. We were stacked 4 wide out of the corner a couple of laps ago.
Yeah, and that, like you said earlier, the hot spot is that 3rd, 4th, 5th position. That's Rusty Head, Hopkins, Caden Honeycutt, Mike Land, Schoenrock, Duloc, all right there. And then the 10 and 8 Dixon. Can't count him out. There's just a gaggle of really fast cars right there. Is it a gaggle, you think? You think gaggle's right?
That's
I'm
a
going with
good way
gaggle.
to say it.
Yeah, it's a gaggle.
It's a gaggle. I was actually going to say crap ton, but with a different word instead of crap.
Yeah, we can't do that. We get in trouble.
Can't do that.
Yeah, we get
somebody's going to say something.
We get the hate mail. By the way, send all hate mail to Mike McCarthy.
Yeah. Big Mike McCarthy.
Big Mike McCarthy. Send all hate mail to Mike McCarthy
at hotspeedway.com.
Or just send it to Kennedale.
Yeah, there you go.
Send all hate mail. Yeah. Send all hate mail to Marianne and
to
Cottonmouth Speedway.
RaceCBS.com.
Yeah, there you go. Address it to Aaron Burgott.
Yeah, and my name is Milton Hope. So we will have a Texas two-step Waco restart coming up as we're approaching the halfway point. 7 laps complete here in the factory stock feature. Up on the point, Eddie Gramella in the 111. Now we'll double stack it behind him with Bowles on the inside, Rusty Head on the outside. Best name in racing. Rusty Head on the outside. Next row down on the inside, row 3, there is Hop from Hot. Ryan Hopkins in that. Seriously, that is a beautiful number 4.
It's a beautiful, beautiful machine in number 4.
Caden Honeycutt on the outside, Mike Land, James Schoenrock, Nate Dixon, and there's Duloc up on the top side. Marvelous Michael Gannett in the 25, Blackwood on the outside. The rest of the field beginning to get in line right there, and it looks like David Sisk, who is in the bird cage, he's got the rolled up green flag, and he's going to give him the 1 to go at the line. This time by approaching the halfway point. $7,500 on the line coming up tonight in the Baby Blue Harcrow IMCA Stock Car Memorial to the winner of that race, and it's a good pay throughout.
Oh yeah, it's 200 to start or 250 to start. I don't remember what it was to start the A. So a lot of help getting all that done. Here we go.
Buckle up, friends. Here we go. Gramella. Bowles down on the bottom, green flag in the air, and we are off and going. Rusty Head digging up on the top side into turn number 1. 2 car lengths for your leader, Gramella. Bowles down on the bottom, up on the top side, Rusty Head. Here comes Caden Honeycutt. Big head of steam out of turn number 4. Ryan Hopkins down on the bottom. Here's Landon Schoenrock. They're going to go 3 wide out of turn 4. 3 wide through the corner, 3 wide down the front straightaway, up on the top side. Honeycutt, Schoenrock trying to thread the needle down on the bottom, in the middle. He can't do it, but here comes Dixon down on the bottom. Land will hold on to the 5th spot. Ryan Hopkins right in front of him as Rusty Head now begins to put the heat on your race leader, Eddie Gramella.
I wouldn't mind seeing the 55 in the winner's circle tonight. Rusty Head, just a really nice guy, a good guy from down south San Antonio area. Oh, Honeycutt up into that wall on the outside. 3 wide still between Schoenrock and Mike Land and Honeycutt. Honeycutt has to fall in behind him, but it's still going to be Eddie Gramella out front, followed by Rusty Head. The 40 of Bowles, a 4 of Hopkins. Schoenrock now up in that 5th position.
Multiple grooves around the racetrack as we watch them. Here's Rusty Head going up to the top once again. Out of turn 4, Gramella at the halfway point. 10 down and 10 to go for Eddie Gramella in the 10. Rusty Head all over the backside. He'll go to the top side. They exit turn number 2. Bowles hanging on. Ryan Hopkins rounding out the top 5 is now James Schoenrock in the 37. A hard charging Nate Dixon behind him. Lap number 11 in the books. Up to the top side goes Rusty Head. Rusty Head is content to try to work up on the top side. He'll pivot the car out of the corner. Tries to get the drive right there, but Gramella just a little too strong. But Rusty Head, he's toying with him right there, Joe. I think he's got something. Now he's going to try to cross it down to the bottom.
Rusty Head working the top side. Now gets on the bottom side. Let's see if Gramella's going to give him a little bit of room. Rusty Head gets in a little bit hot. Tail slaps him with the right rear. Caden Honeycutt off the pace into the infield. But now it's going to be Rusty Head up on the top side, Gramella back on the bottom side. See, if they give each other a little bit of room, it's hard racing right up front. 55 of Rusty Head, followed by the 111 of Gramella. Duloc in the infield off the pace as well.
Crowd favorite off of the racetrack right there, Shannon Duloc. But Rusty Head up at the front of the pack. Rusty Head out of Buda. This is a guy that you see him campaigning a lot at Cotton Bowl Speedway over in Page. He'll take the trip over to I-37. He'll take the trip over to Texana Raceway Park in Edna. And here he is. He comes here quite often as well. And this 55R showing the way up at the front of the pack. Last time by it was 0.7 of a second for Rusty Head. And it looks like he extends it this time by. Eddie Gramella hanging on to the second spot. It's 0.8 of a second. They bottle up behind him. Michael Bowles down to the bottom. Ryan Hopkins, but here comes Nate Dixon up on the top side, and he's bringing James Schoenrock with him.
Rusty Head out front now as they start to battle behind him. That's going to give him a little bit of more free air, a little cleaner air to drive through. And then now it's going to be Bowles. Oh, we got one around. Move it out of the way, driver. We got a race going on.
Yeah, time miracle. Oh, man. Now it's going to get good. Now it's really going to get good because we're going to re-rack them. We're going to restack them. It was Rusty Head able to get away. It was almost a second. It was 0.9 of a second that time by. But the interesting thing that we saw, Joe, in that sequence, he got two big hitters off the racetrack. Honeycutt looked to be off all night. Just something not right on that car. And Shannon Dulock off of the racetrack as these guys continue to battle up at the front. Now, let's see how this restart shakes out.
Rusty Head in a very good rhythm out front, and like I said earlier, Eddie Gramella and Michael Bowles and Ryan Hopkins all battling for that second, third, and fourth spot. That let Rusty Head kind of gap him a little bit, like you said, 9.97, almost a full second ahead of everybody else. But we're going to re-rack and restack. That's going to take that rhythm out of Rusty Head. Hopefully he can get it back and maintain it.
Great story how Rusty Head got this car. He won it in a Super Bowl pool.
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
Won it on a Super Bowl board.
Pretty good.
Fourth quarter paid the car or something.
It's a pretty swift thing right there.
I'm pretty sure I lost about $1,000 on that exact same board.
Yeah. Dulock off the racetrack in the 47. Waco restart coming up, showing him one at the line with 16 laps complete, 4 to go. Rusty Head out by his lonesome. Eddie Gramella inside of row number 2. Michael Bowles on the outside. Ryan Hopkins inside of row number 3. Nate Dixon will flank him on the outside of row number 3. Row 4 on the inside. James Schoenrock, car 37, up on the top side. It will be the number, I can't see that, number 97? I think that's who that is. All right, here we go. Lights are going off around the racetrack. David Sisk is locked and loaded. Rusty Head takes the field into turn 3. Rusty up on the top side. Gramella waiting down at the bottom. 4 to go to settle it in the factory stock. Heart of Texas Speedway. Green and going. We are off, and Rusty Head darts down the front straightaway. Michael Bowles right on his back bumper. Gramella down at the bottom. Hopkins, Schoenrock on the bottom. Nate Dixon all the way to the top of the racetrack. Michael Gannett now finds his way just outside of the top 5. Here they come around, Joe. 3 more to go. Side by side to the inside. It's Michael Bowles on the top side. Rusty Head down into the corner. Let's see who gets the drive out of the corner. Back straightaway they go. Head will take them down the backstretch.
Rusty Head going to lead them down the back straightaway. Going to pull them by about 2 car lengths. But as they get into the corner, they were able to, Michael Bowles able to close that gap a little bit. 2 flags in the air, 2 laps to go for the 55 of Rusty Head. Bowles now going to work the top side to see if he can find something. That's what Rusty Head did earlier. He worked that top side in. You can see him hit work the marbles off of it, and that put down a little bit of rubber. Very good racetrack tonight to work with.
Here they come.
White flag out this time by.
White flag in the air, quarter mile to go. Onto the back straightaway they go. Rusty Head hanging on. Here's Michael Bowles. Bowles is going to go down to the inside. Let's see if he's going to get the drive off the corner. Side by side out of turn number 4 to the stripe. Give it to Michael Bowles in the 40. Rusty Head second. Nate Dixon, Eddie Gramella is your top 4. Photo finish at the line. Michael Bowles wins by 0.049 of a second over car number 55R, Rusty Head. Rusty Head in command. Sitting and waiting was Michael Bowles. And he figures out the way to make the pass right there at the end of the event. And the driver out of Italy, Texas, rolls across the scale first tonight here in the factory stocks. Our first feature race of 3 tonight with the Baby Blue Heart Chrome Memorial. In dramatic fashion, car number 40, Michael Bowles, gets set to head to the Heart of Texas Speedway, O'Reilly Auto Parts victory lane with just a great drive right there. Clean racing, leaning on each other maybe just a little bit, but that's a lot of respect right there between those guys up at the top of the pack. Bowles.
Michael Bowles climbing out of that race car. Factory stock winner, the 40. Got his baby blue Sunoco jug. Thanks to Champ Race Fuels. Got a big old hug. Nice job, buddy. How fun was that?
Man, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. Never thought I'd be sitting here.
Well, you did a great job. You kind of had to run down Rusty head a little bit. Drove him clean, drove him smooth, and in the end, that's all that matters, right?
Man, that's all that matters. He was a hell of a driver.
Yeah. Anybody you want to thank? Anybody who helped you get here tonight?
Yeah, Keith Enslin with Enslin Chassis, CRS Suspension, Wicked Fast Transmission. That's about it. Everything else in my company.
Everything's out of your back pocket, right, buddy? Yeah. Well, good job. Appreciate you being here tonight. Michael Bowles, your factory stock winner. How fun was that? How fun was that? At the line.
That is how we start main event action at the Baby Blue Harchrome Memorial on the backstretch. Feature race number 2, A-Main number 2 of 3. It's the Outlaw Street Stock Saturday Night Fever at Heart of Texas Speedway, your lineup. Adam McGregor on the point in the 251. It's Brandon Hood on the outside, car number 10 out of Waco. Brian Harcrow, row 3 on the inside out of Waco. Joe Williams in the 32. On the outside out of Waxahachie in the 9G, Drew Garcia. Next row down on the inside, looking to back it up one more time in the 716. Trey Vota on the outside out of Galinda in the 18K, Tommy Honey. Position number 7, inside of row number 4. Car number 1, Danny Sikora on the outside. Superman in the 76S out of Waco, Cody Daniel. Position 9, following row 5 on the inside out of El Mott. The 714 of Charles Mulvaney, flanking him on the outside, it'll be Benji Kirkpatrick. Position 11, inside of the following row out of Temple. Car 84, Robert Shepard on the outside out of Nolanville. It will be Gage Fuller in the X. Next row on the inside, out of Grand Saline in the 5X, John Burnett. On the outside, the veteran Eddie Thompson in car number 22, set to go shotgun on the field. I don't think he's out on the racetrack. We didn't see him in the heat race. It was to be Barry Gaston, but I don't see him on the racetrack, so we are set to go. Outlaw Street Stock feature race, 20 laps for the Outlaw Street Stocks. Feature race number 2 coming up next. It will be your $7,500 to win IMCA stock car. Baby Blue Harchrome Memorial, that's coming up. But first, Outlaw Street Stocks will pace through the field. Street Stocks off and rolling. 20 laps of action. Tell you, Joe, if that's any indication of what we just saw, man, woo. Yeah, that's how you get started.
They raced out hard for like $300. Imagine what they're going to do for $7,500 in the stock cars.
Oh my goodness.
Hood Rat on the pole. Let's see what he can do. Made it interesting last night at the finish line. 3 wide photo finish. Vota come out the winner last night.
And Barry Gaston is on the racetrack. Third to the last row on the outside of the 84. Lights are off around the speedway. We're set to go. Brandon Hood, Brian Harcrow, side by side as they make their way out of turn 4. Green flag in the air. We're racing at Heart of Texas Speedway. Hood with the whole shot move on the bottom side of the racetrack into turn number 1. Harcrow up on the top side. Drew Garcia there. 3 wide out of the corner. Tommy Honey way up to the top side. Tommy Honey power move. Passed about 3 cars down the back straightaway. Now they go 3 wide. Here's Vota, Garcia, Tommy Honey up on the top side into turn number 1. Brandon Hood checking out from the field.
Brandon Hood checking out from the field. It's going to be very hard to catch the 251. That guy can wheel just about anything, including a cheeseburger. He's my buddy. I can tell him that. It's going to be Brandon Hood, followed by Brian Harcrow, but now he's going to get past 48 of Mike Land around, facing the wrong way.
And you're about to have a 3 wide battle route there out of turn number 2 as you had Vota in the 716, Garcia and the 10 of Harcrow. Those 3 were about to go triple stacked out of the corner right there when that caution flag came out. So we did get 2 laps in. It happened that quick It happened that fast, the 2 laps in. But up at the front of the pack, it is Brandon Hood. He led by 2.3 seconds the last time by under green. But now we'll get him back in line. We're going to re-rack him and restack him and try it one more time with a Texas two-step Waco restart here tonight at Heart of Texas Speedway. And once again, watching the racetrack just continue to evolve itself throughout the night. Multiple lines throughout the racetrack. You're seeing them up on the cushion. You're seeing them down bottom, feeding around the bottom side. And everywhere in between, it's just getting better and better and better as we work towards that stock car feature race.
Don't forget, next week, along with the Bandit Outlaws, Stars of Tomorrow is what the guy on the radio says.
That's right.
Junior Limiteds. Give us that radio announcer voice there, Rodney.
Be there!
Be there! We'll sell you the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge. Sunday. No, Friday.
The Friday night lights.
The Friday night lights.
Hey, there it is. There's a Waco 1027 Nightly making its way.
1027 Nightly.
And you got to know it. You got to know that your racetrack is in an ideal location when it backs up to a railroad track.
I tell you.
The neighbors are never going to be pissed.
No. Like when you get mad at the cars, then go ahead and get mad at those. And there's an airport right there too.
Yeah.
So get mad at the trains and then get mad at the airplanes and then you can get mad at the race cars. But until then, just shut up.
Yeah.
So
the great thing is like nothing has moved in here.
Right.
You know, it's like the land is bare.
Yep.
Let's keep it that way.
Yep.
Lights are out around the racetrack. Joe, here they go. Brandon Hood brings them down. We're green and going, racing. 18 to go. Side by side. Harcrow goes down to the bottom. Botov on the top side. Drew Garcia. There's Cody Daniel. Tommy Honey, man. He is working some magic up on the top side. He'll cross down to the bottom. He'll sling it way down to the bottom of the racetrack. Cody Daniel does the same back there with Drew Garcia. Out of turn number 4. You got some action happening as once again Brandon Hood begins to check out from the field. Everything happening behind him. Here's Harcrow going down to the bottom. Tommy Honey all the way up to 3rd early in the race, Joe.
Brandon Hood is going to be very hard to catch, but if anybody can, it is going to be the Botov. Cody Daniel around, and I'm pretty sure he lost. He might have broke a motor there.
Yeah.
Because he went around quick, and it looks like wetness.
Yeah.
He might have broke a motor.
Yeah, that car's been pouring some smoke at various points throughout the night. You can see the trail right there, but actually the car just lunged forward, so it's off and going. Barry Gaston comes to a stop right there. I don't know if they made any sort of hard contact. The 76S is rolling, and it's got smoke trailing out of the exhaust. He's trying to keep it running. It'd be a good time if it's a motor thing. Whoa, they almost got together again.
Almost wrecked.
It's like save whatever you can.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
Yeah, I was going to say, just
turn it off.
The wrecker pushes you for free.
Yeah.
There's no charge.
Save 2 valves. Save whatever you can at this point.
save the valve covers.
Yeah.
Anything.
Exactly.
But I don't know. I mean, he drove it off the way it. We were putting a little oil dry out on the track. Let them run through it. They'll dry it out. Cornbread, get off the front stretch. Cornbread. He told me last night we were having a couple of, we'll just say beverages in the pits, you know,
Cokes.
after the races. And yeah, we were drinking pops.
Coke.
Pop.
There was
we're
maybe
from up north.
And pop. Yeah, having a pop.
We're having a pop. And he said he wants to wrestle me on the front straightaway. I don't know. That young kid, I don't think I stand a chance, to be honest. I might hyperventilate.
He might have a little more stamina.
Yeah.
I don't know though, Joe. You do solid labor, my friend.
Oh no, I drive around a lot, dude. I don't do much labor. Yeah. Let's be honest.
I talked to Joe during the week. What are you doing, Joe? I'm driving.
All right. I'm going to this job. I'm going to that job.
It's a good thing.
Check on the guys. All the way down the front straightaway. The safety crew's working on it. Rusty ahead. The one that got away, my friend.
Tell you, I thought that he was in a really good spot right there. But
he didn't want that last caution. I can promise you that.
You got to give it to Michael Bowles, man. Michael Bowles set him up for the move right there.
He was very excited in the winner's circle.
Yeah.
I like to see guys like that. They show that passion that at drive.
So we're sitting here running along, and as these cautions continue to happen, we've only got 4 laps complete, but the leaders might want to get ready, because if you look back there in position number 6, here comes Benji Kirkpatrick.
Oh.
He's worked his way up, and now he's about to get himself involved in this one. As they continue to work in turns 3 and 4, it looks like that's where most of that precipitation, as we'll call it, is on the racetrack as they roll around. Reminder, friends, don't forget, coming up on July 22nd right here at Heart of Texas Speedway, it'll be the Wild Bill White Shootout. So many marquee events here, man. It's like at least 2 a month.
Yep. And, you know, it's, I mean, I remember way back as a kid coming up here and even racing, you know, in my 20s, late teens, early 20s, before I had, you know, responsibilities and stuff. Always just, you know, back with the Adam checks, they always just something special going on. Over 50 years.
Yeah.
Here at Heart of Texas Speedway.
Yep.
So
I was actually talking to a guy in Alabama last weekend, and he said, don't you do some stuff at Heart of Texas? I said, yeah, whenever I'm available. And he said, he mentioned the Adam checks. He said, Adam checks still involved with that?
Yeah. I said, no, Gene. But Gene passed away a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Good guy. Man, he was a good guy.
Good history. I tell you got a lot of good people that are keeping it happening. This is a marquee place to show up.
Here we go. Lights are going to go out. Brandon Hood, Vota, Honey. 3 heavy hitters up in the front row now.
Off they go, turn number 1, 1.5 car lengths for Brandon Hood. Vota on the bottom side, Tommy Honey up on the top. Harcrow, Drew Garcia. Here comes Benji Kirkpatrick. They race down into turn number 3. Honey trying to work that top side magic. They run just up on the top side of all that kitty litter. Harcrow goes right through it. Everything looking good right there into turn number 1. Let's see if Vota has anything for that 251. The 251 once again getting away from the pack. It was 0.7 of a second the last time by. Let's check it here at lap number 6. Past the start-finish line. Brandon Hood will lead by 0.9 of a second, almost a full second right there.
Very consistent is Brandon Hood. Like I said earlier, it doesn't matter if he's in a factory stock, a street stock, a stock car, or a modified. He can just about wheel anything you put him behind the wheel of. And this time by 1.18 seconds ahead. So pulling the field by another 0.2 is a Brandon Hood in the 251. Brent Mayfield's car, I believe it is.
Got a great battle back here as you check in on All Access with Race on Texas. Drew Garcia leads a battle right there. This is a battle for 4th. It's Garcia. Harcrow down on the bottom, up on the top side. The 5 car as they race down the back straightaway. This is for the 4th position all the way back. Now Benji Kirkpatrick has made the pass, and now he finds himself running just outside the top 3, side by side for 5th. Garcia down on the bottom, followed by Harcrow. Onto the back straightaway they go. Danny Sikora now getting into the mix here. Sikora going down to the inside. They'll go 2 by 2 into the corner. Sikora, announcers jinx once again as Sikora goes around. Mike Land goes around trying to avoid, and the caution flag waves.
Sikora just got in a little hot, a little heavy, and got into the side of the other. Was it Garcia?
Yeah, I think it was Garcia.
Yeah, and. Just got in a little hot, and the track is so slick. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to see the stock car race.
Yeah. Yeah, that one right there, man, that is going to be something to see when the stock cars jump out onto the racetrack here. They will be the final main event. That is coming up next. All told, $7,500 to win in that stock car race. 25 laps of action. It'll be Dustin Mooney and Jeffrey Abbey taking them down to the point. Y'all made some good money in that auction.
Yeah, that worked out good. I appreciate the fans. It does take a little time. It makes the intermission a little longer than we like to have, but it does work out well.
So the caution flag right here as Hood brings the field around, the 716 of Vota. Riding in the second spot on the outside, Tommy Honey. In the 18K, there's Benji Kirkpatrick as he has made his way into the 4th spot. We're at the halfway point, officially 10 laps complete, 10 down, 10 to go here for the Outlaw Street Stocks. Here tonight at Heart of Texas Speedway. Looks like the lineup is complete. David Sisk is in the birdcage. He'll show him one at the line. Showing him one this time by as they make their way through. Let's see if anybody has anything for Brandon Hood. Hood once again able to get away. It was over a second as they made their way around that last time by. It's just a good job of Hood to get away, but a lot of it, Joe, is they're stacking it up behind him, so he's just able to drive away.
Yeah, they're battling hard, and when they battle hard, then that gives him a little free, clean air, like we talked about earlier with Rusty Head. But then that caution kind of bit him in the tail. So here we go, Hood Rat. Let's go.
We're set to go. Big time move. Harcrow down at the bottom. He went to the bottom. Trouble there with Garcia. Garcia trying to get him right there. This ain't over right there. Harcrow.
They're the ones that had a few words last night. If Garcia can catch the 10, it may not work out well for the 10. I don't know if he can catch him, though, is a problem.
He may go for a ride if Garcia can get to it. Here they go, making their way down the front straightaway. 3-wide battle right there, or not 3-wide, 3-car battle. Benji Kirkpatrick methodically has made his way into the top 3. Here he is riding in the 3rd spot. 5-car down to the inside, contact, triple spin. Harcrow avoids it. Around goes Gaston. But boy, I'll tell you what, Joe, you had those 3 cars going into the corner. A whole lot of juice right there, and that's how it ends up right there. Kirkpatrick's not going to be happy about that one.
Triple pirouette.
Yeah.
I'll give them an 8.5.
That was good.
They stuck the landing, but they kind of let their back legs tail out a little bit, so they get to 8.5.
Yeah, the 5-car right there kind of dives in. Good run right there for John Burnett as well. I mean, John Burnett has been doing a really good job up on the top side, but Kirkpatrick kind of been a quiet night for him as he's made his way up to the 3rd spot. Here's Kirkpatrick side by side here with Tommy Honey.
Patrick had a few words last night with GW Edgar in the stock car. Now he's got a few words tonight to Tommy Honey.
I like what Tommy Honey did right there. He saw everything that happened last night. It's like, all right, I'm going to just slow down right here. Go on with your bad self. I'll just hang right here.
Oh, here comes Selby. All right, kids, y'all done upset Dad. He's out on the track.
Here comes the sheriff.
Get off the track, he said.
Burnett off of the racetrack in car number 5.
We upset Dad. He had to get the wooden spoon out.
No allowance for you tonight.
Hey, don't forget, we got a lot of contingencies, and one of them is going to be the Hard Luck Award in the A main, and that's going to be decided by you and I, Rodney. So
no pressure.
So no pressure. They just come over. We're talking about it, and
we'll shotgun a Mick Ultra and make that call.
Yeah, there we go. Well, they all want their spots back, but you were stopped under caution, I think. The fans are happy. I hear them clapping.
I think Tommy Honey's going back.
Huh.
Well,
I really don't understand anything that's happening. It's like it's a different world.
Glad you're not race directing tonight, aren't you?
No, that's what I said last night. It's a lot easier when I'm here. I just get to drink a beer and announce and say stuff out loud. I don't have to make decisions.
Yeah, over here you can make all the calls and none of it matters.
Yeah. Oh, we'll still get some hate mail. Direct all hate mail to Big Mike McCarthy at KennedaleSpeedway.com.
And that's big, all capitals, B-I-G, capital, Mike McCarthy.
There's Big Mike right there. Hey, buddy.
There's a man with the plan. He can't hear. He's focused.
He's focused. He's got that headset on. He is focused.
Yep.
All right. T. Honey gets his spot back. Kirkpatrick goes to the back.
And Burnett off the track. We're still halfway home in this one. So here they come rolling around for your Texas two-step Waco restart. On the point, Brandon Hood, the 716. Inside of row number 2, Voton, the 716. T. Honey on the outside in the 18K. Harcrow to the inside in the 10. Outside, Williams in the 32. Drew Garcia on the inside. Barry Gaston will now move to the outside with him. 84 car down to the inside. Rest of the pack now falls in line. That's Shepard, and we're set to go Sakura on the outside. 10 down, 10 to go. We're going to try it once again. Here we go. Green flag in the air. Harcrow once again to the bottom. We're going to go 3 wide out of turn number 4 momentarily, side by side for the second spot. Votaw to the inside. Tommy Honey trying to work on the top side. He's not going to get the grip, and it'll be Votaw hanging on. But once again, it's already 4.5 car lengths for Brandon Hood in the 251. Side by side, the battle for third. Here they come at you. Tommy Honey hanging on. Harcrow in the 10. To the top side goes Joe Williams. Williams up on the cushion, and here comes Sakura to the inside. Caution flag as Barry Gaston. Gaston goes around between turns 3 and 4, so the caution flag. 3 straight quick cautions right here as we try to get past the halfway point. We got another black consultation flag, and it will be Kirkpatrick. Benji Kirkpatrick in car number 13 will get the consultation flag. Kirkpatrick pulls down to the inside, and he will go immediately to the attention of Selby Holder. Selby Holder is standing right there with the 13 car of Kirkpatrick. So they sit down in the infield. Gaston pulls up behind in car number 8. Selby Holder in some conversation here with David Sisk up in the birdcage, and here's Selby in the cockpit, or in that driver's side window there with Benji Kirkpatrick. It's the black flag to the 13, Joe.
13 just got into the back of the 8.
And Kirkpatrick is not ready to get off the racetrack, it doesn't look like. He's getting back in line once again. He's going to the outside of Robert Shepard. And he's back in line once again after the black flag displayed. And let's take a look how this is all going to shake out right here, because Kirkpatrick's not ready to leave the racetrack.
No, I think they overturned it.
Oh, okay.
I think they said that the 8 was already spinning on his own, and he just finished him off.
One at the line right there. 9 laps to go here with the Outlaw Street Stocks. These guys pushing the time limit.
Yeah, I would think we might be going 15 laps.
Yeah. We'll play that by ear as we get set to go. Let's see if Brandon Hood can do it once again. He was up about 6 car lengths that time. Harcrow to the bottom once again. 3 wide on the restart. Harcrow down on the bottom. Votaw on the top side. Tommy Honey up on the top. Harcrow trying to make it work on the bottom. Brandon Hood leads by 3 car lengths. Back straightaway. Votaw, Harcrow, the final podium spot. Tommy Honey to the top side.
White
Garcia
flag
in the 9. Here we go. It's going to be a 13-lap race, Joe. One lap to go.
Green, white, checkered. Brandon Hood now down the back straightaway, going to lead the field by about 8 car lengths, followed by Trey Votaw, 111 of T. Honey.
And at the start-finish line, Brandon Hood will go wire to wire. Trey Votaw, Tommy Honey, we got a mess in turn number 4. Harcrow in the 10 goes around. Maybe had some contact there. Drew Garcia, Benji Kirkpatrick, they're able to skate through that. Right in the middle of the pack right there is the 10 car of Harcrow goes around. All of that happening on the final lap in the final corner in the 10. As now we get the 1044 Knightley on the back straightaway with the Waco train. And here's Harcrow down to the inside. First one across the scales tonight. Brandon Hood in car number 251 as he wins. Made it eventful last night, but he finishes it off this weekend on night number 2 of the Baby Blue Harcrow Memorial Weekend here at Heart of Texas Speedway. Brandon Hood, the Hood Rat, in car number 251 will get set to head to O'Reilly Auto Parts Victory Lane here at Heart of Texas Speedway. The 251 in the glory spot. He'll get ready to jump out of that race car as he wins over Votaw and Tommy Honey.
What's up, buddy?
Here tonight in the Outlaw Street Stocks, we get ready to go trackside to Joe Spillman.
Hood Rat, get your fat ass out of that race car, son.
Here, don't say I never give you it.
Oh, thank you. Got me a caliper bolt. Brandon Hood. I might have said ugly things about you on the announcement, but that's all right. So you're my friend. I get to do that. So, hey, buddy. That was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, it sure was. Last night we had a damn good race. We had a multiple lane track. It's a little rubbering up down here, pretty good, but we'll take them how we can get them. First off, Mayfield Transportation, HKC Fabrication, AAA Rebel, Scott Strobel Motorsports, Kyle Lands Construction, Sakura Truck and Trailer, J. Dickens Race Engines, Da Vinci Carburetors, who else? J. Dickens for the motor. It's awesome. And Jed Blackwood and everybody else that helps out with this hot rod.
Awesome. Good to see you down here, Brandon Hood. The Hood Rat. Up next, your IMCA Stock Cars, $7,500 to win. Should be a good one.
And how about Jim Fielding once again with the spotlight? I like that. We didn't know it still worked. We didn't know it. That poor spotlight is sitting out here in the Texas heat and still works like a charm right there. That train had to be thinking, what in the heck is going on right there? Mr. Jim Fielding there with the spotlight. As Joe said, $7,500 on the line coming up as we get set to roll out your IMCA Stock Cars, the Baby Blue Harcrow Memorial. 25 laps of action. And it has been amazing racing with the stock cars this weekend. And it's coming to a head here shortly. They are sitting in the chute. We will roll them out. Onto the track they come. Here we go. $7,500 on the line. They come out. American flags outside of the driver's side window. How about we do this, race fans? How about when they come around, rise if you can. Let's salute the drivers. Let's salute the country. It's July 4th weekend, and here we go. What a better way to do it than this right here. The Baby Blue Harcrow Memorial. And here come your IMCA stock cars with Old Glory displayed outside the window. What a sight. Here they are. "24 race cars, 24 American flags. Getting set for the 25-lap main event with $7,500 on the line to the winner. Lots of good people have come together to make this race happen. And here they are on the front straightaway. The stock cars. Eight cars locked into this race last night. You saw the redraw at intermission earlier this evening. The balance of the field set by qualifying races this evening. And that is how we have come to this field of 24 for $7,500 to the winner of this one.
Once again, a lot of people behind the scenes made this happen, Rodney. Mid-Tex Paint and Body, Good Towing, Race on Texas, McSpadden Motorsports, CRS Suspension, Speed Secrets, Stephenville Starter, Dirt Defender, 1460 Ranch, Bell Clearing, Maiden Manufacturing, Sniper Speed, Champ Fuels, ACM Services, Mid-Tex Towing, Simsec Motorsports, Adam Swartz, LS Performance Fuels, Spillman Excavating, and then I got some of my own as well. We had a lot of extra money added. Different spots, Hard Charger, Da Vinci Carburetors brought us $100 tonight to go to the Hard Charger. We got some long toes from long toes, not like toes on the end of your feet, but whoever brought their race car the furthest away. A lot of people behind the scenes. Get up on your feet. Let them see you. Let them hear you.
4 wide salute. How about that right there? 24 cars, 24 Old Glories. And they stack them 4 wide here at historic Heart of Texas Speedway. Glorious sight right there on your 4th of July weekend. One of the greatest loves in America is stock car racing. Doesn't matter if it's on a dirt track or an asphalt track. What a better way to spend part of your 3-day weekend celebrating Independence Day than at a local short track, especially one as historic with the history and legacy that you have right here at Heart of Texas Speedway. Around they come once again.
Pop Harkrow up in the pace vehicle. Baby Blue, she
did it all.
Part of racing a long time. She sang national anthem for us. She worked at the racetrack at 281 for us. She took tickets. Lost her a couple of years ago in a wreck, unfortunately. Marcus Harkrow down there, Edward Harkrow. Edward's gone with us to Boone several years, probably 8 to 10 years. Edward's gone with us. And so Marcus in the 29 machine. Pop in the passenger seat.
Very special event. Let's get you your starting lineup for 25 laps of action, 24 cars, the Baby Blue Harkrow Memorial. On the pole, in car number 21, out of Forney, it'll be Dustin Mooney on the outside. Out of Comanche, car 37, Jeffrey Abbey. Row 2 on the inside. Out of Salado in car 70, G.W. Egbert on the outside. Out of Harker Heights, the Acrobat, car number 9 is Jason Batt. Row 3 on the inside. Out of Joshua, car 88, Blake Clark. Flanking him on the outside, David Goode Jr. out of Coppers Cove in car 13G. Row 4 inside. Weston Abbey out of Comanche, car number 12 on the outside. Thomas Hall Jr. out of Waco. Next row inside, out of Quinlan. In car number 18, Tim Clonch on the outside. Out of Grand Prairie, Cameron Cook. Following row inside in the 03E, Dylan Smith on the outside. Out of Killeen, in car number 97, it's Doug Lorenz. Following row inside, position 13. Out of Kennedale in the P74, it's Ryan Powers. On the outside, car 29 out of Rogers, the aforementioned Marcus Harkrow. Position 15 on the inside. Out of New Waverly, it's Garrett Higgins in the 37H. Out of Butte on the outside, Raymond McSpadden. Bryce Burton, position 17 on the outside. Out of Waco, Thomas Hall. Position 19 inside, out of Palmer. Lance Hansen Jr. on the outside. Michael Wolford out of Burleson. Following row, Trevor Egbert out of Salado, position 21. On the outside, out of Everman, Texas, it is Daryl Campbell. Final row, Anthony Otkin out of Killeen. On the outside, out of Reisel, Zach Terry in the 84. Joe Spillman, let's bring it to green.
Here we go, lights are out. On the gas, on the bars. Here we go, your stock cars.
Into turn number 1, it will be Abbey. He will pinch it down just a little bit, and they go 3 wide behind him. Jason Van all over the backside of Dustin Mooney as they make their way into turn number 3. We have an official race right now as they race 3 wide behind him. It's Abbey, Mooney, and Van. 3 wide down the front straightaway. Into the corner they go. Blake Clark down on the inside. They stay triple stack. Trouble turn number 1. Doug Lorenz goes around. Lorenz is around. Let's see if he gets that car rolling, Joe. Here they come making their way down. Lorenz trying to creep down to the inside. Yeah. It'll stop right there.
I don't understand. I don't understand. Lorenz around. Abbey going to be out front. It's going to be pretty hard to catch a 37 machine.
Thing is, he had a great start right there.
Oh, yeah.
He makes a start right there, and I like what he did right there as he did just a little bit of a pinch right there on Mooney. Just a little bit, enough to not let him get the momentum and get the drive off the corner.
Yep.
And by the time Abby got the horsepower back down to the ground, that car was gone.
Yep. Keep an eye on the 9 machine. But they're racing pretty hard.
Yeah.
Between Mooney and Imbad and then David Good, Blake Clark, G.W. Egbert, all racing very, very hard. Bat down the back straightaway into the backside of Mooney in the 21 machine. Just let his buddy know, hey,
yeah, I'm here.
right here. Don't forget me.
Jeffrey Abbey on the point in the 37, Mooney on the inside, Jason Batt on the outside. David Good Jr., Egbert to the outside, Clark in the 88, Thomas Hall.
Weston Abbey on the inside, and the outside is going to be the 111 of Cook, I believe it is.
And we did get a lap.
Yep.
Sorry, Joe.
Go ahead.
We did get a lap in. Official race. We're ready to rock and roll. Here we go, Joe. Bring them to green.
Jeffrey Abbey once again with a good start. Jason Batt and Mooney side by side down the front straightaway. Jason Batt in a little sideways, almost out of shape. I thought he was going to lose it. Enough side bite in that race car. He is going to maintain and keep that second position. It's still going to be Abbey, followed by Batt, Mooney, David Good, Egbert, and Blake Clark making it 3 wide down the front straightaway.
I'll tell you what, right there, Joe, G.W. Egbert shot that hole right in the middle of the gap. And now they double stack them behind him. That is a battle for 5th, and you've got 2 rows of 2 sitting right there. Now a battle for 2nd. Here's Mooney to the inside of Jason Batt as they make their way down the front straightaway. Clark on the inside as they continue to stay double stacked back there. Here's Abbey down on the inside in the 12 to the back straightaway we go with Thomas Hall Jr. up on the top side. Egbert on the top. 4 cars single file up at the front, continuing to be led by Abbey.
Jason Batt, a smart racer, is probably conserving his tires just a little bit with this track as slick as it is, and he knows he's got to go 25 laps, but he also knows he's got to go, and there is a melee. We got Egbert, Otkin, Hall,
Raymond
McSpadden, all of them tied up down there. Jason Batt was actually a lot faster getting into the corner, into 3 and 4, and I was afraid he was actually going to get into Abbey a little bit, but he checked up and kept that from happening. But Batt pretty quick getting into 3 and 4. See if he uses that and throws a slider. Jason Batt has been known to throw a slider or two. So we'll see when and if he decides to do that.
Tell you, man, you've got some fast stuff happening up at the front, but behind that, you've got the 4 cars that were running single file trying to break away. You got G.W. Egbert right there. You've got the 88 car of Clark along with Thomas Hall Jr. and then Weston Abbey and now Cameron Cook. Those guys were continuing to run 2 by 2.
Oh, yeah.
They were making their way around, and once again, that just goes to the credit of the racetrack. I mean,
yeah.
you've got 3 lanes and then the cushion where you can race tonight.
Yeah, they've been last night the track was a little dominant on the bottom, then it went to the top, and it went back to the bottom, and went back to the top. But as Brandon Hood said in his interview for the Street Stocks, 3 and 4 actually taking a little bit of rubber, but I didn't see that because Batt was able to get in and kind of gain some ground on Jeffrey Abbey. We'll see as the race goes on and the night goes on if they do lay down a little more rubber. Hopefully not. Hopefully if they do, it widens the groove up and not narrows it down any.
4 laps out of 25. They'll stop Raymond McSpadden right here on the front stretch as he's got the tailpiece hanging off of the 48R.
Cornbread
gonna rip that right off.
Cornbread.
I thought he was gonna rip it off.
I did.
If he can't rip that off, he can't wrestle with you.
Yeah, I know.
You'll destroy him if you can't rip that off. It's like 6 rivets.
6 rivets in plastic. Cornbread.
That ought to come right off.
Yeah, I think they're going to give Raymond a choice. Do you want us to rip it off or do you want us to leave it on there? I don't know.
Still working over at turn number 1 as they're trying to get the Egbert car away from the Otkin car. It looks like the 489. Raymond will drive off. Still trailing that. Thought he might go to the hot pits, but he's not.
No, we're just going to let it drag, and then 2 laps in, we'll cause a caution.
We'll just throw a yellow. Yeah.
And then, oh no, we'll do a TikTok video.
There you go.
Next week, Bandit Outlaw Sprint Cars, unlimited cubic inches. They got a spec tire and they've got a spec wing, and that's it. They can bring their 305s or 360s or 410s.
Just beautiful machines.
Beautiful machines. Beautiful machines.
MDA night here at Heart of Texas Speedway as well.
Junior Limited Stars of Tomorrow will be here next week as well. We had 18 last time out. That's a lot of Junior Limiteds, holy moly. Man, like herding cats. And I mean, not like sober cats. They were like drunk cats out there.
So still working on the 70. As we get them all in line, it is Jeffrey Abbey up on the point car 37, Jason Batt, Dustin Mooney, David Good Jr. in the 13, G.W. Egbert, that is your top 5. Clark in the 88, Weston Abbey in the 12, Thomas Hall Jr., Cameron Cook. 18 car, Tim Clonch, that rounds out your top 10. 4 laps complete here in this 25-lap main event, the Baby Blue Harcrow Memorial. I believe had Marcus on revved up this week. I think he said fourth or 5th Baby Blue Harcrow Memorial.
Yeah, I believe it's a fourth. Third or fourth. I don't know. Got a message from Kevin, our old buddy KR, over at Rocket.
Oh, yeah.
The 2 Kevins.
That's right.
Kevin Sester, Kevin Rogers. Listening in on Race on Texas. Good guys over there. Rocket Raceway.
You got the Kevins there, and here you got Chico and the Man.
Chico and the Man. This next broadcast will be in Spanish. Hola. Donde está? Andale. That's all I got. That's all I know. Pala piedras rapido. Shovel those rocks fast. And I know that's terrible, but that's all I got.
Yeah. Chingon. All right, here we go. Texas 2-step Waco restart, getting set to go. Mooney and Batt are going to go side by side behind your leader, Jeffrey Abbey, David Good Jr., G.W. Egbert, Clark, Weston Abbey. Man, Joe, just reading these names off, I mean, the people that we're talking about tonight, it's like unbelievable what you have on this track.
They could win any feature across the state or even the nation, you know. Up Kansas, Nebraska, of course, Iowa, Wisconsin. And a lot of them have. Jeffrey Abbey drives a dirt truck at Eldora, the NASCAR truck. He has in the past. And that's our leader right now. Let's go, Rodney.
Locked and loaded, ready to go. Green flag in the air. 4 laps complete, 25-lap feature race. Here's Jeffrey Abbey, half a car length into turn number 1. Up on the top side is Jason Batt. A little bit of contact right there. Dustin Mooney all over the backside. Here goes the Acrobat up to the top side, trying to work that magic up on the top side. Dustin Mooney sucks up right back to the 37 car. David Good Jr. working there as he's got Clark all over him. G.W. Egbert up on the top side. He'll go to the 4th position. Mooney putting the heat on the 37 car. Now side by side. Battle for second, Joe. Here we go. We're turning the wick up right now, Daddy-O. Here they come around as Jeffrey Abbey brings them around. We got a melee.
Got a melee, and the 12 machine lost a ton of smoke earlier on. I thought he broke the motor, but then it just cleared up and went away. Maybe it ran out of oil. I don't know, but
we got cars everywhere. You got cars at the entrance of 3.
Uh-oh.
Exit of 4. Doug Lorenz is over there.
I don't know what Doug Lorenz is doing. He's like, is that Blake Clark? No, Blake Clark's up.
Yeah, he's still on the track.
No, it's Dylan Smith, I believe it is.
Yep, 03. So we got a lap in, 5 down.
Five down. Got a few junior limited drivers at home watching. Brady Garrett, Wyatt Sexton Jr. watching from home. They'll be here next week. Like we said, stars of tomorrow.
Tell them, youngsters, don't start your race like this one is starting. Don't do this.
Yeah. This is not the example you want to follow.
Yeah, don't do like the stars of tonight.
Yeah.
Well, the one
Tell
thing,
you, Dustin, man, he's got a sporty hot rod.
yeah, you read my mind. That's what I was about to
Sporty
say.
hot rod in the 21 machine.
He was all over the back there of that 37 car. Well, I tell you, Lorenz's car is beat up, just as is Raymond McSpadden's. Those two cars have taken a beating.
Yeah. You'll get that on those big jobs.
Yeah.
It's my favorite saying. Mike hates it. He's like, I don't even understand what that means. Why do you say that? You'll get that on those big jobs.
There they come around, still working at turn 4.
Yep. Abby. Yeah, the 12 machine getting into the corner.
Oh, man. His nose piece is ripped off.
Yeah. We need Cornbread to go rip that off, too. 12 machine getting in the corner let out a huge thing of smoke. I really thought he broke a motor, and then when he gassed her up, it just went. I don't understand.
Still trying to get the hook over at turn 4. Which car is that? Is that?
I think it's Hall.
Yeah, it's Old Hall.
Yeah, it's the, as I said in the driver's auction, it's a slow haul.
Yeah.
The sun is fast. I'm sorry, buddy. Sometimes truth hurts.
I'll tell you one thing. Weston Abbey, that nose piece is not going to. When he stands on it, it's not going to stay on.
Yeah.
I don't know how Raymond's or tail stayed on.
Shouldn't get hot, though.
That's for sure.
Plenty of air flowing through that radiator.
Jason Batt sitting in that second spot. Been a great year for Jason Batt. I'll tell you, Jason Batt is always really, really good. But it seems like there is something this year where Jason Batt is even better.
Yeah. Yeah, he's focused. He's focused. He told me, he's like, man, I got help. He used to do it all himself. He got some help from JP Dowell.
That's good help.
Jumping JP, if you know dirt cars, you know the name JP Dowell.
That's right.
And he told me, he's like, man, and he told me, I talked to him a few weeks. I talked to him a lot, but I talked to him a few weeks ago. He's like, man, I think I got a contending car. Got that new mid-state machine power plant from John up in, I believe they're out of Iowa, I believe. Mike, where's mid-state machine from? Iowa? Or Minnesota? Maybe. Anyways,
same difference.
It's north of Round Rock. You know what I did today, Rodney? I woke up here. I slept in Joe O'Brien's trailer. I woke up and it was like 7:30. I'm like, I'm north of Waco. I'm north of Round Rock. I got to go to the WinStar.
Nice.
So I jumped in.
Did you?
I jumped in the car and ran to the WinStar. Yeah.
Did you win?
I did.
Nice.
I won a little bit of money. I had a free dinner. So they want to. The fans want to run 10 laps and then stop them and invert the field. We ought to let them run the other way around as well and make right turns instead of left.
Exactly.
Let's really confuse the hell.
I like it.
Oh, look, they're taking Abby's. Yeah, the two cars that he bought's in the back. So yeah, I went up there. I had a free meal. I had steak and lobster.
Nice.
And $100 of free play. It worked out good.
That's what I would call a very productive day.
Oh yeah.
Productive day.
Oh yeah. So I really don't know what we're doing now.
We are having a hell of a time, I can tell you, pardon my French, over at turn number 4.
There's a thrill show. He's got it under power under his own way now.
His front nose is dragging. Hell, he rejoined and race too.
Yeah.
Here he comes. That's a fender.
Thrill show. I watched that guy in Vegas. We went to Vegas one year. He was in a modified and he bounced that thing off the whole back straightaway wall. God, they call him a thrill show for a reason. Man.
And Hall Sr.'s off rolling. He's going to rejoin the race after all that.
Yeah.
So, a long delay. Not sure why it took so long, but of course we're not sitting there trying to pry the cars apart. So, ain't casting no shade at nobody. But what we are doing is showing them one at the line this time by, with Jeffrey Abbey on the point, car number 37. Oh, here's Mooney coming to a stop.
Might be something on the track he's going to tell them about. We'll see. I tell you, one of my best interviews that I've ever done was in a winter circle with Brandon Guerin, but not with Brandon, with his son Brayson. He always has the best interviews. And Brayson at home watching Race on Texas.
All right, now I'm really confused. He's just going to get in line.
He's just going to get back in line. I mean, don't just stay right there. Maybe he's showing them where there's some trash or some debris. Yeah, I think he's letting them know there's something down here.
And there probably is right there, because that's where all that mess was.
They had a big old wreck. Yeah.
So in this race, we got some beat up cars. We've got one car with a tailpiece hanging off. We got another car with a nose piece wrapped around the right front fender.
That's aerodynamics.
Do you think we may have another caution? Maybe at least two.
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm not a gambling. Well, hell yeah, I'm a gambling man. I'm gonna say yes. We are gonna have another caution.
Possibly two debris cautions.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction right here.
Yeah.
All right, showing him one right there. Here's Mooney back in line, Bat on the outside. Egbert, Good, Weston Abbey with his nose piece. Blake Clark to the outside. Rest of the field will fall in behind him as they'll double stack it. We're set to go. 5 laps complete in this 25-lap main event, the Baby Blue Harcrow Memorial here tonight at Heart of Texas Speedway. Thank you for checking in on Race on Texas All Access. Lights are off around the racetrack. Green flag in the air, and here comes Jeffrey Abbey bringing him out of turn 4 into turn number 1. Side by side, they stay behind him. Mooney down on the bottom. Mooney awful racy. He'll wash up the racetrack a little bit right there. Bat up on the top side by side behind him. Here's Clark going up to the top side. G.W. Egbert, but look out. Here comes Weston Abbey to the inside in car number 12. That might be the nose piece coming off right there, Joe.
No, not yet. Weston Abbey has no, well, we can't say what he has, but he has none of them to give. No F's to give is Weston Abbey. But they are still going to be side by side coming out of 4, and it's going to be Jeffrey Abbey in the lead, followed by Jason Batt, Dustin Mooney, David Good Jr.
Wofford, turn 2.
Wofford. Facing the wrong way.
I tell you, that second place battle is intense.
It's a heck of a race up front. Abbey says, y'all just keep running door to door and let me drive away from y'all. Jason Batt, Mooney, good friends. They are good friends, but they are hard racers. Dustin Mooney driving Chris Florio's car. That's Florio built that race car. By the way, Florio gave some money, some extra money for tonight. So thanks for that.
He do 21st place. Is that what he did?
I think so, yeah.
21st place.
Yeah.
So 6 laps complete.
Come on. Big Mike says, let's go. Show him one to go.
So we got a lap in right there. At this pace, you know, we'll be done by about 2.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
It'll be tomorrow.
Yeah. Showing him one right there. David Siskin's like, let's go. Get him in line. Lineup stays just like it was the last time. So we're going to take him down into the corner. Let's watch that battle for a second. Let's watch G.W. Egbert right there as he's worked his way. He's sitting right there. I tell you, that 13 too. That 13 as well.
David Good has had a very consistent, very strong run.
He has. And he's putting that car in a lot of different spots.
Yes.
Here they come around. Green flag in the air. Let's try it one more time. Green and going at Heart of Texas Speedway. Jeffrey Abbey into turn number 1. Side by side, they stay behind him. Into the corner they go. Here's Mooney down on the inside, up to the quarter panel. Abbey back on the gas. He'll drag the field down into turn number 3. Deep dive in. Here's Mooney to the inside. Out of turn number 4. Abbey on the top side. Mooney hanging on. He'll horsepower his way into turn number 1. They stay side by side, Joe. They're side by side all the way behind him as Abbey takes him down the backstretch.
2 wide, 8 deep. But the battle is up front right now between Mooney on the bottom side trying to get underneath Abby. He had a good run into the 3 and 4 the last time by. This time not as good. Jason Batt one groove up on the top side. Keep an eye on the 9 machine as he's going to try to see if he can get by Hall around. I think he's out of the racing groove.
Yeah,
we're going to keep it clean and green. No, I lied. Liar, liar, pantalones en fuego.
well done, Chico.
That's all I got.
Second incident there for that car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fired right up.
Oh, we could have just started it and backed off the, you know. I don't know.
Put it in reverse. No, we got 2 laps in that time, so here we come around once again in just that second place battle. I tell you, Dustin Mooney down on the bottom right there. He was at the quarter panel a couple of different times right there with Abby.
Yep. I wonder how nervous Mama Mooney is. Mama Mooney, you nervous down there? She can't hear us. She's not listening.
She's in the zone.
Mama Mooney, are you nervous? She's nervous. She can't watch. Good hard racing up front between Dustin Mooney and the 37. Jeffrey Abbey. Jason Batt. I see Jason. I really think he's laying down a little bit of rubber, like one groove up, and just kind of biding his time. He knows we're only 8 of the 25 in. He's got a little time. I think he's got a little left in the gas tank. I think he hasn't shown him everything yet.
Yeah, that car, I've watched it surge a couple of different times.
I've seen him do the same thing at Abilene on their big shows at the Southern Challenge and the Icebreaker early on too. Here we go.
Green flag in the air. We're trying it one more time. Here's Jeffrey Abbey bringing the field around. 1.5 car lengths into turn number 1. He goes to the bottom of the racetrack. Mooney's going to shadow him there. Here's David Good Jr. Good power move right there as he's got Egbert down on the inside. Here is the 12 car side by side with the 88 out of turn 4 all over the backside. Here's Jason Batt right there. Jason Batt working up on the top side. Man, they thought about 3 wide coming out of the corner. Side by side battle for second. Now David Good Jr. is there. Batt's going up to the top side. Abbey hanging on. Mooney right behind him. This is lap number 10, Joe.
Not quite halfway down, and now Jason Batt showing the nose up on the top side. And here comes David Good. He has done the same thing, following the same line. Jason Batt up on the top side. Abbey's going to open that entry up a little bit, try to take that line away from Jason Batt. That's going to open up the bottom side for Dustin Mooney. Batt up on the top side, trying to get by. $7,500 on the line right here as we're almost halfway down, halfway to go. And it's still going to be Jeffrey Abbey in the 37. He's going to open up the door a little bit, skates up. Jason Batt tried to get underneath him, but just can't make it work.
Oh, and Jason Batt tried to wedge that car in right there, but he backs it out. Great job right there by that veteran race car driver. Here we go to the back straightaway. These 3 cars trying to get away from the pack, but the battle happening right behind them. Blake Clark all over the backside of G.W. Egbert. Weston Abbey right behind him. Now Clark goes up to the top side. Egbert hanging on side by side. Mooney down on the inside. This is a great battle for the second spot. Here's Batt up there. They run wheel to wheel out of turn number 4. We're past the halfway point right here, and it continues to be Jeffrey Abbey hanging on. Jason Batt is there. Just a crazy battle happening right there behind him. Single file all the way back throughout the field as they run, but 3 cars trying to get away from the pack, Joe, as Abbey continues to hang on.
15 down, 10 to go this time. You can see Jason Batt's rotor starting to glow. Known for his trail braking, that's what he does all the way around the racetrack, and you can see both his rear rotors are glowing now on the inside and the outside, but it's still going to be Abbey. Got the right front planted in that racetrack, and he is just not made a mistake all night, and he is actually pulling away now and pulling away from Jason Batt and Dustin Mooney.
Jason Batt, when the rotors glow, it's time to go. Here he comes. He runs 2 car lengths behind. Now they double stack it behind him. He got a really good battle happening for 4th. G.W. Egbert into 70. Here's Weston Abbey down to the inside. 88 car up on the top side of Blake Clark. That is the battle that you're checking out right now on Race on Texas All Access. Here's Clark to the inside. Egbert will zip right in front of him. Weston Abbey, now they go side by side. A little bit further back behind them, Marcus Harcrow to the inside. Harcrow in the 29 car. Ryan Powers in the P74, but now they string it out and go single file. Lap number 19 right there. Here's Batt going down to the inside. Jason Batt on the bottom side of the racetrack. Abbey will power it out of turn number 4. $7,500 on the line right here. This time by Joe Spillman. 5 laps to go for the iStocks.
Jason Batt going to turn it up a notch and see if he can find something to work. But here comes Dustin Mooney in the 21 machine, and down the back straightaway is still going to be 37 of Jeffrey Abbey. Shows the speed that is in this racetrack. We've gone 20 laps almost caution-free, and we're not in the lappers yet. They are all fast cars, but it is still going to be Jeffrey Abbey now. Jason Batt down on the bottom side, going to work down the back straightaway, but Jeffrey Abbey pulls him by 2 car lengths. Oh, no! No! Oh! Zach Terry spins in front of the field. Oh. Zach Terry, there's a race happening and you're not part of it, buddy.
And Zach Terry went full blown into turn number 1, and I thought he was going to take the sheet metal off of the side of Jason Batt.
Just stay in the infield, Big Daddy.
Car down on the inside of turn 4. 21 down, caution flag comes out, and we get set for a 4-lap, $7,500 dash for cash. That is what this thing is all going to come down to here with the Baby Blue Harcrow IMCA Stock Car Memorial. After that final caution flag comes about, it almost curtains for the leaders as they come up on that mess. Jeffrey Abbey in the 37. We've watched Jason Batt. Now Jason Batt going to the top side. Dustin Mooney in car 21, so they're going to all back it down. And it'll be at least one more. Texas two-step, a Waco restart with all of that money on the line. And Joe, I think one of the guys we got to talk about is Blake Clark.
Oh, yeah.
Solid tonight.
I actually got to hand Blake Clark his very first checkered flag win at 281 Speedway. Several years ago, the kid was, I would say he was out of diapers, but not by much. He was a young kid. And that's, you know, that's my favorite thing to do, is to interview those drivers in their very first feature wins.
So here's Jason Batt coming to a stop. Looks like he'll roll off.
What he had going on. But Blake Clark has been on a tear. He won. I was at Southern Oklahoma last week with the Toms, a Touring Outlaw Modified Series. And Blake won then, and he had won the week before at Southern Oklahoma. So that kiddo's fast.
And here he is sitting inside the top 5 as we're locked and loaded and ready to go. 4 laps remain in the Baby Blue Harcrow Memorial. It is Jeffrey Abbey. Green flag in the air. Let's race this thing out. Here comes Dustin Mooney down on the inside. Jason Batt on the top side. Egbert and Clark up on the top side. Back straightaway. Great turn 1 and 2 right there for Jeffrey Abbey. He's going to take 1.5 car lengths into turn number 3. Side by side, the battle behind him. Mooney and Batt going side by side. They stay side by side behind him.
They have pretty much been side by side the entire race from the drop of the green. But I really thought Jason Batt might have some tricks up his sleeve, but just nothing doing. 23 down, 2 to go this time. 2 flags in the air.
Great restart for Abbey. Now they dive it down into turn number 1. Here's Mooney going down to the bottom. Jason Batt. These guys better get on their horses right now, because this thing is about to come to a climax right now. Quarter of a mile. One more time around. White flag in the air. Jeffrey Abbey, car number 37. Jason Batt up on the top side, hanging on to second. Now they gather it back in. Here's Mooney going down to the bottom. Back straightaway they go. Throw a blanket over these 3 cars. Abbey, big time move up to the top side. The acrobat, Jason Batt, melee behind him. At the line, it'll be Abbey, Mooney, and Jason Batt. Clark will come home 4th, followed by David Good Jr. in car number 13. They all come together in going into turn number 3. The final lap, you could have thrown a blanket over the top 3 race cars right there, but it is Jeffrey Abbey in the 37 that wins over Dustin Mooney and Jason Batt, $7,500. Heading back home with Jeffrey Abbey as he wins here tonight at Heart of Texas Speedway. He'll take that money back home with him to Comanche, Texas, as he wins a hard-fought battle over 2 hard chargers behind him, Dustin Mooney and Jason Batt.
Who bought Jeffrey Abbey? Ronnie Bell did? Where's Ronnie Bell at?
Can we go down there, Joe?
Yeah, absolutely, of course.
Getting set to go, making his way into O'Reilly Auto Parts victory lane here at Heart of Texas Speedway on a big payday for the driver of car number 37, and he will burn it down right here in front of the grandstands at historic Heart of Texas Speedway as he wins the Baby Blue Harcrow Memorial. 2 nights of action here at Heart of Texas Speedway, getting ready to head down to victory lane, and we'll turn it back over to Joe Spillman.
Testing the rod bolts out.
That's right.
David, run it. Hey, Rodney.
Yes, sir.
Give me that other mic. Give it to David, please. I think the batteries are dying in this one, please. Jeffrey Abbey! $7,500! We'll do this interview first. Ronnie Bell, winner of the $2,500. And now, Jeffrey Abbey, there's your extra 25 for the
That's what I like to hear.
driver's auction. Man, no mistakes made tonight, buddy. Good job. Who all helped you get here, and how did it feel?
Man, I've got a ton of people that helped me. We set ourselves up pretty good last night. Got a good draw tonight. It was rubbering up there. Man, I didn't really know where to run there for first. I heard Jason the whole race. I heard Jason and Dustin the whole race. That last restart there, 2 restarts before, I think I seen Dustin's nose, so I was gonna roll that. I seen Jason on the outside of me once, and I knew if I rolled the bottom good enough, didn't get tight, make no mistakes, I figured Jason was gonna try to roll me on the outside. I was able to squeeze him up out of the rubber a little bit. I got into him coming off 4 pretty good there, but it was for $7,500, so I know he'd done the same thing to me.
Wreck your mom for $7,500, won't you?
Oh, that's right. But no, I got a ton of people to thank, man. My fiance Kendall, Jake, he helped me this weekend. Garrett Rawls, he helped me all weekend. Weston was out here. My dad. This is my brother's daughter here. It's her first race seeing, and we picked up a win, so it's pretty cool. Man, I got a ton of people on the side of this car to thank. KS Engineering, Sniper Speed, CRS Suspensions, Landrum Springs, Industrial Instruments, Dynamic Drive Lines, Southern Lane Logistics, McElroy Trucking, Hydrostatic Pipe Service, Supreme Vinyl Works, man, Bilstein Race Shocks, Dirt Defender, and all these guys. I couldn't do it without them.
Awesome job. It's good to see you down here, buddy. Congratulations. Papa?
Yeah.
Papa Harcrow?
Great battle there as they come down to the line. You had side-by-side racing throughout the field, throughout that one. Couple of mishaps in there, but a very clean race. And when it's all said and done, all of that money right there, Jeffrey Abbey taking that back home with him to Comanche after winning here tonight at the Baby Blue Harcrow Memorial. Remember, we are back under the Friday night lights next Friday night right here at historic Heart of Texas Speedway. Bandit Outlaw Sprint Car Series will be here MDA night. So come on out and enjoy all of the action. Follow Heart of Texas Speedway on Facebook by searching Hot Speedway. Additional information at heartoftexasspeedway.com. On behalf of the entire staff of Heart of Texas Speedway, for my partner, Joe Spillman, For Jeff Christensen with Race on Texas and everyone checking in on Race on Texas All Access, my name is Rodney Rodriguez. Enjoy your 4th of July weekend, and we'll see you under the Friday night lights right here next Friday night at Heart of Texas Speedway. Have a great weekend, everybody.